You could even go like this.
Get a towel. By Kyle Marchak. Gateman right back to it after defeating the Bourne Braves yesterday at Spillane Field, a final score of 8-6. But before we get to the baseball talk, there's nothing better than the 4th of July in the Cape Cod Baseball League. You've got another ball game in front of you.
Oh yeah, baseball and 4th of July have been synonymous for over 100 years now, right? So it's always good vibes. And then on the Cape, I mean, that's just another addition to what's going to make today such a special day.
Absolutely. Now, back to the baseball talk, of course. Bobby Bozer and Nate Early, huge nights for them yesterday against Bourne. Bozer with a grand slam, a 6 RBI performance, and Nate Early out of Louisville, his first home run, looking for some more consistent offense today against these Braves.
Yeah, and today should be the day, right? The Braves had a good pitching staff, a good stretch of performances coming into yesterday, and then they ran into the brick wall that is the Wareham Gatemen offense. Second in the league in average, although actually they've bolstered that to back to first in the league, right? They hit well yesterday. And then on top of that, too, Bozer, he's been red hot, coming off a hitter of the week last week. Most likely could continue that this week after yesterday's performance with a grand slam, and he hit it the other way. That's his thing. And right now I'm standing next to the foul pole. It's 300 feet in right field. So I'm just going to say that now. Bozer's been hitting well the other way.
On the pitching mound today for the Wareham Gatemen is Yoel Tejeda out of Florida State. Now in the transfer portal, it'll be his second start of the season. The Gateman returner on June 27th against Chatham. 4 innings of 1-run ball. He struck out 5, and Madison Walker standing by now with today's starting pitcher.
Thanks, guys. I'm Madison Walker. I'm here with the starter today, Yoel Tejeda. So, Yoel, second start for Wareham today. Last time we saw you against Chatham, you had 5 strikeouts. What are you kind of wanting to get done today?
Honestly, I'm trying to just like piggyback off of that. I felt great out there. Like I said last interview, I give our team a great chance to win. So I'm trying to do that same day today, especially on July 4th. So.
Yesterday, we obviously played Bourne, so we're going to go back-to-back. How are you guys using that win as momentum? You personally, the team, kind of talk to me about that.
Well, obviously we beat them yesterday. I'm sure they're going to try to come a little bit more aggressive today and try to beat us. But I think we've been doing a pretty good job. They're still a good team, but I think we're a better team, so I think we'll get the job done.
I like that mentality. So after watching them hit yesterday, where's your mind kind of at? What do you know that you're up against today?
Well, I know a lot of their hitters on their team, so I know that they're pretty good players. So obviously I have to go out there and compete, just keep doing the best that I can and do my job.
So you mentioned that it is the 4th of July today. Awesome day. What is your favorite Independence Day memory?
Honestly, I don't really have much. I feel like every summer I've been playing baseball, so there's not much. But I think last year us and the team went on this trip to the ocean, and I thought it was pretty cool. So I'm pretty excited about that.
That's awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much, Yoel.
Great stuff there from Madison and Yoel. On the other side of the pitching matchup today, it is Joe Arriola, a left-hander out of Wake Forest University. He'll be going up against Yoel Tejeda. The Gatemen have played here at Doran Park already this year. It was a 7-3 win back on June 22nd. That one was of the comeback variety. That's something that has been permeating around this team is they never feel like they're out of any ball game, and they have consistent offense top to bottom.
Yeah, I mean, make a good effort later in games. The more ABs they get against the guy, they consistently pick that up. And on top of that, the bullpen's just been throwing all year, so they keep themselves in each game.
Ethan Conrad, a hitter to watch today for the Bourne Braves out of Marist College. He's had an incredible week in his first week for the Bourne Braves. A .571 average. He had 4 hits yesterday and 3 runs driven in. On the other side for the Gateman, Kyle, who is your hitter to watch?
It's got to be Jace Reinhardt. He slides into the 4-hole today. He had an RBI knock yesterday, and he's the most consistent approach we've seen at the dish throughout the year, right? He's a guy who's consistently towing that 300 average mark, and I just think he's been swinging the hot bat.
Bourne coming in with a record of 5-9-1, 4th in the Cape League West Division, and the Gatemen winners of 2 in a row at 11-4, still the best in the West. They'll look to keep it that way against the Bourne Braves here tonight at Doran Park. A 6 o'clock first pitch on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. 3. A drizzly afternoon here on the 4th of July from Bourne, Massachusetts, live from Durand Park. It's the Wareham Gatemen and the Bourne Braves set to do battle, on this Independence Day. Ethan Eibe, Kyle Marchak with you on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. These two teams squared off yesterday at Spillane Field in Wareham, and the Gatemen once again walked away winners. A final score of 8-6. They maintain their 2-game lead in the West Division atop the Bourne Braves, who slide in at 4th, 5-9-1, their record entering play tonight. Now, Kyle, I'll ask you, this team has been hot. This team has been hitting extremely well. What does this team need to do today to get it done against Bourne once again?
Well, I think it's about keeping things simple. We've seen it with a couple of players that they can get out ahead of themselves. I actually just spoke in our second edition of the Wareham Walk-Off with a newly committed UCF product in Antonio Jimenez, and he told me that the way he transformed as a hitter in his short time here in Wareham, Massachusetts, is that they just simplified his approach. He's not swinging at balls. He's making sure he's aggressive on strikes, and I think keeping that way is all they really need to do, because as you said, they're hitting really, really well.
And that lineup looking awfully familiar. Here's how Ryan Smythe puts the lineup card down for the Gatemen tonight. It is Brendan Summerhill, the Arizona center fielder, leading things off per usual. Bobby Bozer sliding in second at second base. Murph Gray, the third baseman, out of Fresno State, third. Jace Reinhardt out of West Virginia, the cleanup man in left field. It's Davidson's Eli Putnam in the 5 spot at first base. Jacob Gerald DHing today out of Clemson in the 6 hole. Antonio Jimenez 7th, the UCF shortstop. Colby Turner in right field 8th out of Michigan. And Stetson's Gio Cueto behind the dish, batting 9th. As Summerhill steps in, Braves will throw Joe Arriola today, the Wake Forest left-hander, making his first start for the Cape League this season, though he has pitched in 4 games in relief. Summerhill stands tall in the left-handed box, and Arriola deals. Check swing. It's a called strike. It hits the outside corner. 6:01 is the first pitch time. Summerhill, the team leader in RBI with 10. Top batting average, too, 311. Starts to go around, holds up again. This ball outside, 1-1. Cloudy skies over Durand Park. Lots of drizzle before first pitch, but that's all we're expecting here tonight. The 1-1. Summerhill, ground ball up the middle. This will sneak through into center field. A leadoff base hit. Summerhill starts it off strong, and the Gatemen are in business here in the first.
Yeah, Summerhill's just a prototypical leadoff hitter. A 311 average coming into this, 371 on base. He just continues to roll, and once again, a leadoff knock. Just productive ABs.
Bobby Bozer stands in. We'll get you the defense now for the Braves. In the outfield, Davis Gillespie in left, Chris Stanfield in center, Ethan Conrad in right. Nick Wang making his debut at third base, Clay Grady at short, Blake Bartholomew the second baseman, Ben Hartle at first, with Adonis Guzman behind the dish for Bourne. Arriola deals to Bozer, and the ball gets off the glove of Guzman. It trickles down the first base line, and Summerhill swipes second. It should go down as a pass ball. Looked like it connected with Guzman's glove. Maybe it ricocheted off of his shin guard as well.
Yeah, I don't know if he got crossed up or just second pitch of the game, not really seeing it, but straight up missed that ball. Looked like it ricocheted off his knee.
So 1-0 count to Bozer with a chance to drive in an early run here for Wareham. The pitch at the knees, a called strike. It's 1-1. Bozer had the big night yesterday against Bourne. 6 ribbies. Gives him 7 on the season. Had the grand slam in the second. Also singled home 2 runs later on in the game. 1-1 shows bunt, puts it down. Right back to the mound. Arriola gathers it in. Left-hander throws to first in time. Bozer out by a step. Summerhill advances to third base on the sacrifice bunt.
That's just an excellent at-bat. Waited for a count where he knew he was going to get something in the zone and dropped the bunt down. Perfect sacrifice bunt, moving a speedy Summerhill to third. Nothing else you could ask for this early.
Just the second sac bunt executed by the Gatemen this year. It brings up Murph Gray, one of the top RBI hitters. As a penchant for coming up good in clutch situations, he's got a runner on third with 1 away here in the top of the first. We're just underway at Bourne. As the first pitch, a slider inside. Arriola ready. Deals the 1-0. Fastball at the knees, a called strike. 1-1 on the way. Inside 2-1. Summerhill still dancing down there at third base. The uniforms today for the Gatemen, it's the navy tops, the Wareham red W on the right chest, numbers on the front and back in red outlined in white, the gray pants. 2-1 to Gray. Laced down the right field line, that'll head foul. 2-2 on Murph, and for the Bourne Braves, it's their home whites. The red Bourne script across the chest, numbers on the front and backs. Navy caps the red brims as well. American flag, Old Glory hanging limp in center field as Gray sends a chopper to the right side. This should score the run. Second baseman throws to first in time, and Summerhill scores. Barthel gets the out 4-3, but Gray with an RBI ground out. Gateman strike first. It's 1-0 in the top of the first.
Now batting.
Nothing else you can ask for. Move him over, bring him in. Leadoff knock, and the rest is just up to the situational hitting, which, as you know, Mike Mobbs preaches plenty.
That's right, and here's Jace Reinhardt. Had an RBI yesterday in the first inning against Bourne. Bats with 2 gone and the bases empty. First pitch fastball is a called strike. A Gateman team that's so good at manufacturing runs. Third in the league, entering play with 77. The best batting average in the entire Cape Cod League. 0-1. Check swing. It's in there for strike 2. Arriola in his 4 innings, 6.2 innings in his 4 appearances, I should say. 3 earned runs allowed to this point in the season. 0-2. Skips to the plate, and that actually hit Reinhardt. It got him in the left foot. Little hobble as he trots down to first base. So a 2-out base runner for the Gatemen. That'll bring up Eli Putnam.
Hey, a base is a base, and Putnam can hit extra base knocks, so we'll see what he can do in this situation.
It was an 0-2 fastball that was just yanked down by Arriola. Gateman up 1-0 here. 2 gone in the top of the first. Runner at first base in Reinhardt. And a pickoff play. Reinhardt dives in safely. Arriola with a fastball that can average 93 miles an hour. As the first pitch to Putnam fouled back. 0-1. Slider around 82. Curveball as well. Might be his best pitch. 77 is the average, but a whole lot of 12-6 movement on it. That's the book on him. No ball, 1 strike count to Putnam. Left-hander looking at first as Reinhardt takes his lead. The pitch. Fastball well up high, about neck high to Putnam. Easy take 1-1.
Changing eye levels. Waist away pitch. See if he goes low here.
Guzman relays the signs as Arriola gets set. And before the 1-1, another check on Reinhardt at first. Now a soft breeze carrying from right to left. Skies appear to be clearing up around Doran Park. The 1-1. An awkward swing there from Putnam. He goes around on a ball in the dirt, 1-2. Putnam looking to keep this top of the first inning alive. Ball and glove waist high. The deal. Putnam. It's a piece. Rolls it foul down the third base line. Count stays 1-2 to the Davidson first baseman. Putnam yesterday doubled in 4 at-bats. 1-2 again from Arriola. Breaking ball in the dirt, and that did hit Putnam. It clipped the top of his foot. So back-to-back hit by pitches with 2 outs from Joe Arriola. And put the Gateman with 2 on and 2 away. And Jacob Jarrell coming up next.
Yeah, hasn't hit a batter yet this season, and now 2 back-to-back. That one, literally a back foot slider.
Jacob Jarrell.
So here's Jarrell, who's got some good memories here at Doran Park. He played his first game with the Gatemen here back on June 22nd. And in that debut, his first at-bat, he homered to left center. Good opportunity here to extend the lead for Wareham early. A check swing on the first pitch, and it's just inside, ball one. 1-0 Wareham at the top of the first. Runners at first and second, 2 away. Joe Arriola looking to get through a rough first inning. 3 batters have reached. This one, a called strike at the knees. 1-1 now to Gerald. It's Brendan Summerhill who led off with a base hit. Got to second on a pass ball, moved to third on a sacrifice, scored on a ground out to second. A true manufactured run. 1-1. Fastball well above the zone. 2-1 to Gerald. Gerald hitting .292 entering play. His only other extra base hit is a double. 2-1. In the dirt on one hop, stopped by Guzman. It's a 3-1 count now. Antonio Jimenez waits his turn on deck. Gateman looking to put up a crooked number here in the top half of the first. Arriola has the sign. 3-1 coming. Starts to go around. Gerald holds up. Ball 4, bases loaded.
Yeah, that has been Arriola's struggle, is the free pass.
Central Florida, number 14,
5 coming into this
Antonio
contest.
Jimenez.
And once again, Gateman trying to manufacture a run, just being patient at the plate, and that's what Jimenez has been practicing too.
5 walks entering play gives him almost 1 per inning, so see your point. Bases loaded for Antonio Jimenez. 2 gone in the top of the first, already 1-0 Gateman. Looking for more. The first pitch, curveball, spins into the zone for strike 1. There it was. It's a nice pitch. Jimenez in the 7 spot. Takes a hack at pitch number 2, gets a piece as it trickles behind into the backstop. It's a brick wall backstop here at Doran Park. Anything that gets by could ricochet. We saw that plenty in our first trip here late last month. 0-1. Check that. 0-2 is up and in. Jimenez backs up off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's just lacking command on that fastball, and that's just not going to work against this lineup.
All 3 runners take their leads. 1-2. In the dirt, it gets away. Ricochets off the bricks. Here comes Reinhardt. He scores without a throw. Sliding in feet first, the ball got behind Guzman off of the ricochet. He had a chance to pick it up. He tried to do it barehanded to toss to Arriola covering, but he couldn't handle it. Second run crosses. It's 2-0 Gateman in the top of the first. Both runners advance, put him to third, Gerald to second.
When they give you runs, you take them.
Count 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jimenez. Arriola dialed in. Here's the 2-2. Jimenez gets a piece. Fouls it back to the screen. We'll do it again. Both runners take their leads. The 2-2 on the way. Curveball outside. And now Arriola in danger of walking another batter with Colby Turner waiting in the wings. They do have first base open, but Arriola would rather end it now. Jimenez digs back into the right-handed box. The left-hander deals the payoff. Swing and a miss. Challenged him with a fastball up. Jimenez couldn't touch it. Gateman leave 2, but score 2. Brendan Summerhill with his leadoff single comes around to score on a manufactured play by the Gateman, and Jace Reinhardt, after the hit by pitch with 2 outs, ends up scoring on a wild pitch. So a 2-0 Gateman lead heading to the bottom of the first from Doran Park and Bourne on this Independence Day on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Whatever your technology needs are, Secure One can help. Learn more at SecureOne.com. SecureWON.com.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower, the largest private property owner in eastern Massachusetts, and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and stewardship. For 170 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
Attention baseball fans, are you ready to hit a financial home run? PCT Federal Credit Union is here tonight to make your dreams of home ownership and driving off in that new car a reality. Their unbeatable low rates on mortgage and auto loans are a win for everybody. Whether you're rounding the bases to buy your first home or looking to upgrade your ride, PCT Federal Credit Union has got your back. Swing by their tent before you leave or visit their website to learn more about how they can help you step up to the plate and score big on your financial goals.
The AD Makepeace Company also owns and operates Reed Custom Soils, the area's leading manufacturer of custom soils, including CU Structural Soil and Rooflight Certified Green Roof Media. Reed Custom Soil is also a manufacturer and distributor of baseball infield mix and conditioners. To learn more, visit www.reedcustomsoils.com.
Welcome back to Durand Park in Bourne, Massachusetts. It's July 4th baseball here in the Cape Cod League. The Gatemen off to a good start. A 2-0 advantage heading to the bottom half of the first. Here's how the Braves line it up today. Blake Barthel leading things off, the Coastal Carolina second baseman. Clay Grady, the Virginia Tech shortstop, second. Ethan Conrad in right field, third. Braden Holcomb out of Vanderbilt, DHing in the cleanup spot. Ben Hartle out of Kansas playing his second game at first base. In the fifth spot, Nick Wang making his debut, the Boston College third baseman. Davis Gillespie in left field, batting seventh out of Southern Miss. In the eighth spot, it's LSU's Chris Stanfield in center, and Adonis Guzman, the Arizona catcher, batting ninth against Joel Tejeda out of Florida State on the hill for the Wareham Gatemen, making his second appearance of the season. Pitched in parts of a few games for the Gatemen a year ago. At first start at Chatham on June 27th. 4 innings of 1-run ball. That 1 run was unearned. 5 strikeouts, 5 hits, and 1 walk in a no decision. Barthel stands in to begin his at-bat, and the first pitch just outside ball 1 to the left-handed batter. Gateman scoring a pair in the top of the first. Brendan Summerhill reached on a base hit, 1-0 at the knees, and that just down, 2-0. Summerhill had the single, reached second on a pass ball, third on a sacrifice bunt, and home on a ground out to second for Murph Gray. A true manufactured run. As the 2-0 pitch, made contact, fouled it back. It's 2-1 on Barthel.
Yeah, talk about being a factory and just starting a carousel and bringing a run home. That was a perfect approach at the plate from the entire top half of the lineup.
2-1 from Tejeda. Fastball in there, a called strike 2. The second run, Jace Reinhart reached on a 2-out hit by pitch. Found his way to third base on a hit by pitch and a walk that followed, and then scored on a wild pitch. Gateman left 2 runners on. 2-2. Fastball misses low and in. Full count now to Barthel. Barthel yesterday, 2 ribbies and an 0 for 5 or 0 for 4 outing. Did have an RBI sac fly in there as he ropes this one out to right field. This one has a chance to get down, and it will. Picked up in right field by Colby Turner. Fires it back in. That'll hold Barthel to a leadoff single. Just roped a payoff pitch down the right field side.
Now batting.
Yeah, you don't really see that on the first AB from Tejeda as a pitcher often, but Barthel just had a really specific approach and waited for something in the in half, and he got it.
Rest of the defense of the Wareham Gatemen, Jace Reinhart in left, Brendan Summerhill in center, it's Colby Turner in right. The infield third to first, Murph Gray, Antonio Jimenez, Bobby Bozer, and Eli Putnam, with Gio Cueto catching for Tejeda. First pitch here, swung on, chopped foul by Clay Grady. Ends up right outside the Bourne third base dugout. Despite the threatening weather that seems to have almost passed through, plenty of fans here to take in some 4th of July baseball. No greater tradition, especially here on the Cape. The 0-1 off the end of the bat, grounded to third. A bouncer to Gray, picked it up there, throw to second for 1. There will be no play at first base. They do retire the leadoff man. Barthel out 5-4 in your scorebooks at home. 1 gone in the bottom of the first.
Take what outs you can. Defense looking more sure in the past couple of games.
Now batting. The right
That's
fielder
certainly
from
been an
Wake Forest
improvement I've
University,
noticed as well.
number 5, Ethan
Their last
Conrad.
loss over at Catuit right before Fenway Day was a defensive disaster, you could say. But they've certainly cleaned up their act. Runner at first. 1 away as Ethan Conrad steps in. Certainly a guy to watch for the Bourne Braves. First offering to him. Misses down low, ball 1. It's a 2-0 Wareham lead. One gone in the bottom of the first. Conrad in just 1 week's worth of games. 16 hits in 28 at-bats. That's a .571 average. Foul back. You could say it's not your average.
No, not an average at all, and just a red-hot start.
Conrad put up 3 ribbies yesterday at Wareham. 1 homer and 8 driven in for him through just 7 games played out of SUNY Marist. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Nice changeup there from Tejeda. He swung right over it. In just 1 week, Conrad has put up 16 hits. No Gateman even has 16 hits yet. Just to put that into perspective.
In 2 weeks' time.
Runner gets off of first, the 1-2. Conrad to the opposite way, to short. Picked up there by Jimenez. Throws to second, 1 to first, not in time. Once again, the Gatemen retire the lead man as Grady's crossed off at second base, 6-4. Conrad reaches on the fielder's choice.
Well, Conrad is the complete package, so not an easy guy to throw out on a double play. He was moving.
University, number 34, Braden Holcomb.
Jimenez did make a quick turn to Bozer, who in turn fired it over to first, just not quick enough to get Conrad. So runner at first, 2 gone. Cleanup man Braden Holcomb out of Vanderbilt. The DH steps in, looking to keep this first inning alive for the Braves. 2-0 the score in favor of the Gatemen early on here at Doran Park. Put him holding on the runner at first. Tejeda deals. Breaking ball just below the knees for ball 1. Tejeda now in the transfer portal, just wrapped up his first season over at Florida State. He'll be a junior. 1-0 runner goes. Slider outside. Throw down is not in time. It skips away from Bozer into shallow center field. Summerhill collects it. It's a stolen base for Ethan Conrad. Wasn't a terrible throw from Gio Cueto. It was just a bit low. Reached the base on 1 hop, and Bozer couldn't handle it.
That is Ethan Conrad's 9th stolen base.
Talk about an instant impact. My goodness.
That is ridiculous.
So he puts himself in scoring position here with 2 gone as Tejeda deals with Braden Holcomb, who himself is having a strong start to the season. The 2-0. Just inside to the right-handed batter, 3-0. Bourne looking to strike back after going down early. 5-9-1. They are 4th in the Cape League West Division. Gatemen sit atop the West at 11-4. The 3-0. Get me over fastball, belt high, a called strike.
So Ethan Conrad, a good base stealer. The Gatemen, not a team that steals a ton of bases. They have 16 on the year. Conrad has 9 alone.
That is something. Three-one pitch. At the knees, gets the called strike. Holcomb had already tossed his bat back towards the dugout. He was ready to take his base. And the home plate umpire, Jake Brichta, said, "No, sir. Get back in there with a full count."
I'm not arguing with Brichta. He's like 6'5".
Yeah, that is a tall man. Tall drink of water behind home plate calling balls and strikes today. Jake Brichta joined by Joshua Garcia and Anthony Lazio. 3-2. Slider outside, ball 4. Holcomb walks. Good plate appearance there from the Vanderbilt product. Extends the inning. First and second, 2 gone. Here comes Ben Hartle.
University of Kansas, number 25.
Hartle made his debut yesterday at Wareham. Behind the plate, the Kansas Jayhawks starting at first base tonight. 2-2 away. Gateman up 2-0. Tejeda looking to retire the side here in the bottom of the first. Tejeda deals. Fastball just in. Hartle went 0 for 1 in his debut with a walk. Tejeda's 1-0, swung on and missed. It's a fastball down, couldn't reach it.
I'm a little late on it, too.
Both runners take their leads. Holcomb at first, Conrad at second. The pitch, waved at and missed again. 1-2 now. Tejeda ready to roll as the sign from Cueto. Looks at second, the 1-2. Gets a piece, it trickles foul behind home plate. It's a state of Florida battery with Cueto out of Stetson and Tejeda out of Florida State. Both are from the South Florida area. Cueto calls Miami home. Davey for Tejeda. 2-on-2 away in the bottom of the first. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a pop fly headed foul. That ends up behind the first base dugout. Not a bad place to watch a ball game, Durand Park. Plenty of berm space to prop up the lawn chairs and some elevated berm space as well. Got some concrete steps right behind the dugouts and down the lines. 1-2, runners go. Check swing, throw down to third from Cueto. Bodied by Gray. It gets behind him. He'll hold on to it. It's a double steal. Well executed by the Braves. Cueto unable to gun the man down at third.
Yeah, stolen base number 10 for Conrad now. Picked the right pitch. He was an off-speed.
And Braden Holcomb followed suit. He swiped second. So now, Bourne a base hit away from tying this game up early. Tejeda looking to work through the jam. 2-2 to Hartle. Swing and a miss. Two-seamer got him. And that'll conclude matters here in the bottom of the first. Bourne strands a pair, and the Gatemen retain their 2-0 lead. Headed to the top of the second inning, Colby Turner, Gio Cueto, Brendan Summerhill due up when we come back. It's Independence Day Baseball from Durand Park here on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby. Located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham, call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs. Mastria Auto Group. Whether you need sales, parts, or service, call Mastria Auto Group for all your Kia, Cadillac, Mazda, VW, Subaru, and Nissan needs. Mastria delivers. www.mastria.com.
Legacy Insurance has been servicing Wareham and the surrounding area since 1980. Call Legacy Insurance for all your insurance needs at 508-295-1315. Legacy Insurance, your hometown agency.
Looking to buy or sell real estate in the South Shore, South Coast, or Cape Cod area? Joanne Stevenson has been selling Massachusetts since 2000. Specializing in residential real estate, she is a part of the Berkshire Hathaway Robert Paul team. Whether you are looking for your first home, vacation home, or relocating, call Joanne Stevenson, your local Wareham agent, for all your real estate needs. A proud sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen. Top of the second inning from Durand Park in Bourne. July 4th baseball here on the Cape. Colby Turner gets set to step into the batter's box. Gio Cueto will follow. Brendan Summerhill after him. It's a 2-0 Gateman lead here on the top of the second. Ethan Eibe, Kyle Marchak, Madison Walker, our sideline reporter. Our producers tonight are Allison DeWitt and Joseph Henry. Back on the bump, the left-hander Joe Arriola out of Wake Forest. He deals. Turner, first pitch swinging, high fly ball deep out to left field. Davis Gillespie tracking this one back. He's at the wall. He leaps. He can't make the catch. It's gone. He fell over the fence and landed face first. Holy cow. Colby Turner has gone deep. It's 3-0 Wareham. A solo shot and a body, too.
He did catch a body. How about that effort from Gillespie, but to no avail, and a nice piece from Turner.
Turner ambushing the first pitch in the second inning from Arriola, blasting it to left field for his first Cape League homer. Hopefully, Davis Gillespie is all right. He looks to be as we're getting ready to deal with Gio Cueto here. He shows bunt, makes contact, he trickles it foul down the right side. My goodness, he had a full extension leap over the left field wall. That low fence ate him alive. 0-1 deal. Cueto watches it down. I mean, talk about giving up your body. Davis Gillespie did just that. He came up short, but you got to give him A for effort.
I mean, you can't be upset with that if you're the pitcher.
1-1. Cueto cuts, fouls it off at the plate. 1-2. Brendan Summerhill waits on deck. Bobby Bozer will follow. That ball just kept carrying off the bat of Turner. That wind is blowing out to left and left center field. Old Glory whipping beyond the center field wall. Patriotic indeed. The 1-2, curveball swung on and missed. It bounces away from the catcher Guzman. Cueto heading down to first, but the throw beats him. Guzman completes the strikeout, 1 away. It's going to be one of those moments where if the Braves are a lighthearted team, maybe we'll see some crime scene tape tomorrow along the left field wall, or maybe behind it where Davis Gillespie landed.
Yeah, a little body outline.
Brendan Summerhill digs in. His second plate appearance. He singled and scored in the 2-run first for Wareham. It's a 3-0 Gateman lead. First pitch pummeled in the air. Deep out to center field. Stanfield back at the track. He makes the grab. That was a loud out number 2 from Summerhill. Oh, man.
Well, you can't be upset with that, Eibe. Crushed that ball.
Number 6.
And then in terms of that, body outline joke, I don't know if every team can be as funny as the Gatemen.
Honestly, you might have a point, Kyle, as Bobby Bozer stands in with the bases clear and 2 gone. 3-0 Gateman in the top of the second. Curveball right in there for a called strike 1. This is a group of jokesters, guys who like to keep it light. They know how to keep it serious when they have to, but there's always smiles and laughs in that dugout regardless of the score. 0-1. Back-to-back curveballs that misses up. 1-1 to Bozer. And Bozer himself, one of those guys that always does keep it light. One of the veterans of this team is coming off his career night as a Gateman. 1-1 deal. In the dirt, 2-1 to Bozer. We saw him yesterday after the grand slam over at third base in the field, just chatting up the third base umpire as if catching up with an old friend. Maybe he was catching up with an old friend.
That's true.
We don't know that.
Can't put it past him.
Here's the 2-1. Bozer watches it. It's a called strike. Fastball hits the outer half. Ready at the plate against the lefty on the mound. Bozer looking to keep this second inning going for the Gatemen. Two-two. Curveball cut on and missed, but fouled at the plate. Did get a piece of it. It popped out of Guzman's glove, so this at-bat continues.
Just caught a piece of it. Out in front on the curveball.
Count stays 2-2. Left-hander deals. Another breaking ball. Bozer watches it down. Full count to the South Florida product. Bozer digs back in. Arriola has the signs. The payoff. Down low, ball 4. It was another breaking ball. Bozer spitting on the last 2, and he'll take his base. Free pass extends the inning for Murph Gray.
Another base on balls, hard fought at bat. Seen that curveball all the way. Murph Gray's chance to drive another run all the way in.
Murph did drive in Summerhill in the first inning on a ground out to second base. He's got Bozer at first here, 2 gone in the top of the second. 3-0 Gateman lead it. First offering. Fastball too far in for ball 1. Gray had the day off yesterday. Arriola kicks and fires. Fastball just elevated. Not by much, though. 2-0. Arriola deals the 2-0. Another fastball inside. Gray hitting .277 entering play. 8 runs driven in, now 9 with his RBI in the first. Bozer jumping off of first base. They're holding him on, the 3-0. Down low, ball 4. Another walk. A couple with 2 away. And here comes Jace Reinhardt with 2 out and 2 on.
Yeah, Reinhardt has had a very consistent approach at the plate all year.
Now batting,
one of the best in terms of just implementing situational hitting.
Reinhardt himself yesterday an RBI single through the 5-6 hole to drive home a run. He comes up in a crucial spot here. Gateman already up 3, looking to make it more here in the second inning. First offering to him. Takes a hack, fouls it off. Lands right in front of Eli Putnam, standing in the on-deck circle. Reinhardt batting from the right side against the lefty on the hill. Arriola. Curveball swung on and missed. Whole lot of movement on that thing. 12-6 action. 0-2 the count now to Reinhardt. That wind just whipping right to left. Both runners take their leads. 0-2 to Reinhardt. Runners go. Swing and a foul, or it gets away from Guzman. Over to third goes Bozer. He slips and falls around third base. The throw back, not in time. Bobby Bozer made a wide turn going second to third. Maybe thought about swiping an extra 90 feet since that ball got away from Guzman on the stolen base attempt. And he remains at third base. Up to second goes Gray. And because that was strike 3 with the ball getting away, Reinhardt gets to first on the drop third strike.
Yeah, so now the bases are loaded with 2 away.
Golly, so much going on there. Bozer, probably a little secondhand embarrassment for him on our behalf. But he seems to be all right. He's laughing it off. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Eli Putnam. The pitch. Fastball high, ball 1. That was another breaking ball on an 0-2 pitch to Reinhardt, and Guzman just got no part of it.
Yeah. Somehow he was just way out in front. He takes so much off of his curveball in particular, too. So, yeah, all of these guys have been way out in front. They're trying to sit on, you know, a 90 to 92 mile an hour fastball, and then he takes so much off of it. The curveball, like you said, in the mid-70s. So just a big difference. And, well, when there's that much of a speed change, it's hard to adjust.
Mound visit from Scott Landers, the head coach of the Bourne Braves. I had plenty to say yesterday to the umpiring crew at Spillane.
Poor Jacob Ashworth.
Bases juiced for the Gatemen. 2 gone in the top of the second. 3-0 our score. Eli Putnam looking for more. The pitch. Curveball belt high. Called a strike. 1-1. It's Bozer at third. Gray at second. Reinhardt at first. 1-1 coming. Curveball pounded towards short on the ground there. Picked up by Grady. Throws to second. They get the out. Barthel covering as Reinhardt crossed off to end the inning. Gatemen leave a couple on. They score 1. Colby Turner lofting his first Cape League homer deep to left field as the left fielder Davis Gillespie also went for a ride himself, falling over the left field wall trying to make the catch. We'll go bottom of 2 here at Doran Park. Independence Day Baseball. 3-0 Gatemen on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
I'm Jesse Simmons.
And I'm Brendan Summerhill.
And this is Catching Up with the Gatemen. All right, so Brendan, junior, Arizona. From Chicago, though. Tell me a little about that. You said we talked about you grew up not far from Wrigley Field. What was that like growing up?
Yeah, a mile away from Wrigley. It was special. When the Cubs won in 2016, I really realized how cool it was to be a Cubs fan.
Right.
The entire north side of the city was partying for like, a week straight. I was in 7th grade. School got canceled the next day. We all got to go to the parade. It was super fun.
It's easy to say that. Did that grow your love for baseball early on, and being able to be a part of that and so close to an MLB team?
Absolutely.
You know, it's hard not to want to get into baseball, right?
It's just, there's something about baseball that there's nothing else like it.
Right. Was there an MLB player that you...
108 years, you don't win a World Series.
Right.
And then they win it, and everyone goes crazy. It was fun. It was super cool.
Was there an MLB player that you emulated your swing? You know, you play outfield. We talked about Ellie De La Cruz. You emulate that. Was there a different player growing up that you wanted to be like?
I always like to watch YouTube videos like Ken Griffey Jr. He's probably my favorite hitter to ever watch. I wouldn't necessarily say I emulated my swing off his, but...
We return to action here in the bottom of the second inning. 3-0 Gateman here from Durand Park in Bourne. Gateman looking for win number 3 in a row and 2nd in a row against these Bourne Braves. They beat them yesterday at Spillane Field 8-6. looking to get it done on Bourne's home turf. As Tejeda deals up and in, ball 1. The batter here is Nick Wang, making his debut out of Boston College. Just added to the roster this morning, third baseman. Hit .280 in 51 games for the Eagles this year. Fastball up and in, 2-0. Gateman 2 runs in the first. Colby Turner smashing a solo shot to left field in the top of this inning, extending the Gateman advantage. Tejeda's 2-0. Zips in, catches the outside and lower corner, 2-1. Wang batting from the right side. He's got that maroon-red helmet on. Matches well with the red Braves logo across the chest, the 2-1. Fastball right at the knees, called a strike, 2-2. Wang, Davis Gillespie, Chris Stanfield due up here in the last of the second. Tejeda deals. 2-2, just off the plate. It was close. One that really could have gone either way. Instead, it's a full count to Wang. Righty versus righty. Tejeda, the payoff. Fights it off. Loops foul down the right side. Wang digs back in. Tejeda, the sign from Gio Cueto. Payoff again. Try to get him with the fastball, but Wang fouls it back. A lengthy at-bat continues.
Wang just battling. He's a high-contact guy, like you mentioned. Not going to be easy to pepper around.
3-2 again. Wang on the ground towards short. Couple of hops for Jimenez, who gobbles and throws. Got him at first. Out number 1 here in the last of the second. Wang retired 6-3. And here is Davis Gillespie, a man whose thoughts and prayers, our thoughts and prayers are with him still. Recovering from flying over the left field wall, chasing after Colby Turner's home run. He fell rather awkwardly, but sprung right back up, so we're glad he's okay. First pitch to him. Fastball knee-high, called a strike. Talk about giving up your body. Made a leap at the wall and just fell right over it. Head over heels.
Head over heels. I love it.
Tejeda's 0-1. Swing and a miss.
Baseball is romantic after all.
It is. It really is. 0-2 the count. Gillespie with the bases clear and 1 gone. The pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball buzzed the tower. He swung over it. 2 up and 2 down for Tejeda here in the second. Here's Chris Stanfield.
Some real backspin on that fastball that stays up. And Mike Mobbs was talking to me about it. With heat like that, you have to adjust as a hitter and literally try and hit a baseball's length above where you think it's going to be.
Stanfield digs in as the first pitch to him. In there, a called strike. Stick around for the conclusion of this half inning. We're not going to break because we've got another Gateman Grubs coming up. Can't wait for that. 0-1. Stanfield cut and a miss. And Madison Walker will join us for that, so very exciting. 3-0 Gateman. Nobody on, 2 away here in the last of the second inning. Tejeda looking for a 1-2-3 frame as the 0-2 slider outside. Stanfield out of LSU. Batted second yesterday, slides down to the 8th spot here tonight. 1-2 coming. Swing and a miss. Stanfield chases the slider for strike 3. It's a 1-2-3 frame for a couple of strikeouts, make it 3 Ks for Tejeda on the evening. Gateman retained the 3-0 lead, heading to the bottom of the second, but we're not going to break here as the top of the third awaits us. It is time for the next episode of Gateman Grubs. My goodness, this thing is a monster. We have been told this is some kind of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich burger type deal. What do we got going on here, Madison?
I'm not a huge peanut butter girly, so that plus there's a roach on it is really yummy.
Oh my God, there is a roach on it.
What do you mean?
Okay.
No, there's actually a roach in that sandwich. That's crazy.
Close up of the roach that just came out of the
Wait, you're actually not kidding?
No, I'm not.
Oh
So
my
you
goodness.
guys enjoy, and I'm gonna.
That is a wild turn of events.
I hope that you guys can see it. I hope that you guys. Oh, it's on the computer now.
There was a little.
Oh, it's on like our friend. It's the Rally Roach.
The Rally Roach. All right. Well,
I don't know if roach is
do
quite.
you want to try the burger?
I do want to try mine. I don't know if roach is quite the term.
New
I would
ingredient, I
use.
guess.
Anyways, cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
For our troops. Show your support by wearing red to the ballpark every Friday.
What an interesting mix of flavors.
Does it have a hint of roach?
I'm getting flavors of peanut butter and jelly and burger. That's what I'm getting right now.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel
Weirdly
about
good, in my opinion.
Yeah?
I like it.
it. Okay.
I don't have a roach in mine.
This is basically like it's an uncrustable burger is what they call it here
Right.
at Durant Park.
Right.
It's an uncrustable on the top and the bottom with a burger. Is that cheese?
Is there
That's
cheese?
cheese. That's cheese.
There's cheese.
No, I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Cheese, roaches, peanut butter. This has been a good
All
game
right,
and grubs. If you
I'll
ask
finish
me.
that off later.
My rating is a -2.
I'm gonna give it a -7 because the roach.
-7 because the roach.
Because the roach.
It tastes good. I would give it a 6. I'm going to subtract the point, give it a 5.
Okay. Kyle more favorable than the other ones. So thank you, Madison, for joining us. Always
thank you
a
guys
pleasure.
for having me.
As we
So much fun.
return to play here in the top of the third inning, Gateman back to work. Here is Jacob Jarrell. He'll be followed by Antonio Jimenez and Colby Turner. Joe Arriola back on the rubber. Throws one down. It's 2-0 to Jarrell. A 3-0 Gateman lead here. Aside from the peanut butter and jelly burger debacle, things have been going rather well here.
I can't believe that just happened.
Honestly. 2-0. Fastball. There's a called strike to Jarrell. 2-1.
So one of our media interns, Alex Gibeon from Boston College, is trying it, and I'm afraid that he's about to defecate. Why are you taking my water?
Here's the 2-1. Fouled back 2-2 to Jarrell.
Wait, was defecate the word?
No,
No.
that's not the word I would have said. Hold on. I want to ask Amanda Foster's opinion. What do you think? -10, she says. Okay, so we're not all a fan of the Uncrustable burger here at Durant Park, but I'll give them some props for trying something different as the 2-2 misses in, full count to Jarrell. Kyle shakes his head.
I'm beside myself. I'm still going to eat the rest of it, but let's be honest. I would eat pretty much the rest of anything.
You have a tendency to do that. The payoff pitch, Jarrell swings, pops it up, foul ground, first base side. This is going to head out of play. Lands right over the barrier down the first base line. And yeah, Jesse Simmons just nabbed that foul ball.
And gave it to a kid. What else would he do?
Absolutely. Terrific job by Jesse. For the record, I don't think that was a roach in the wrapper that attacked Madison. I wouldn't call it a roach. I know what roaches look like, and that wasn't a roach. This one fouled back, 3-2.
Some sort of bug.
It was a bug. It was maybe the size of your fingernail. That's not a roach.
Baby roach?
Certainly not welcome regardless. So I wouldn't eat it either. That's all I'm saying. Payoff. Jarrell, chopper, third base line. Charging in is Wang. Throws on the run to first on one hop. Safe the call. Jarrell beats it out. Leadoff base hit for the Clemson catcher, showing off the wheels.
Little doinker. I'll take it.
Now batting, the shortstop from the University of Central
I still haven't
Florida,
gotten the
number
chance to
14,
wash that
Antonio
taste out of my mouth.
Jimenez.
You go ahead.
Just give me 1 second. I'm going to take a swig. All right, we're good. We're good. Here comes Antonio Jimenez. 3-0 Gateman, nobody out, top of the third, runner at first. Arriola delivers. And Jimenez skies this one in the air out to shallow left field. Going back on this one, Clay Grady, Davis Gillespie charging in. He calls him off and makes the catch. Jimenez, first pitch flies out, one gone.
Do we think the roach was in that sand? It must have just saw the food
Now
and
batting,
paid a
the right
visit,
fielder
right?
from the University of Michigan,
Maybe when they were
number 12,
actually making that
Colby
abomination
Turner.
over at the concession stand here at Duran, it might have just landed in there at some point.
The Brave is what it's called. The Brave. Sorry.
This pitch down, ball one to Colby Turner. So that sandwich is called the Brave?
Yeah, I guess you have to be brave to eat it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Not for the faint of heart. Land of the free, home of the brave. Happy 4th of July. 1-0. Down low, ball 2 to Colby Turner, who homered in his last time up, deep to left field to lead off the second inning. He was the last Gateman run in a 3-0 lead to this point. He's got a runner at first in Gerald. Left-hander throws over to first, diving back Gerald.
You know, it's ironic. As there was a fly to deep left field, the Brave sandwiches arrived.
That's true. That'll make it a 3-0 ball game. The 2-0. Down. 3 balls and no strikes. Turner finally getting a hold of one, the Michigan product. Here's the 3-0 coming, and he watches it up high, ball 4, a 4-pitch walk. And that has been the bugaboo today for Joe Arriola. That's his 4th free pass.
I mean, he's almost doubled his walk count in the year, and here comes Landers.
Landers making his 2nd visit, not of this inning, but of the game. He looks over at the Bourne bullpen, and there will be a change. Right-hander coming out of the pen, so Arriola's day is done. He's responsible for the runners on first and second. 1 gone in the top of the 3rd, and Gio Cueto, the Stetson catcher, due up for the Gatemen. The score, Wareham 3, Bourne 0 on this Independence Day from Duran Park. It's the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
Now batting.
Pitching change for the Bourne Braves here in the top of the 3rd inning. Joe Arriola's day is done. The left-hander out of Wake Forest still responsible for 2 runners on base here. 1 gone. It is Turner at first, Gerald at second. A 3-0 Gateman lead here. And with 1 away, Gio Cueto, the Stetson catcher batting 9th, stands tall in the box. The pitch. First one just up high from a fastball. Will McCausland, right-hander, out of Harleysville, Pennsylvania. St. Joseph's University product, making his Cape League debut today. Comes in a crucial spot. Gateman looking to add on. 1-0 to Cueto. Fastball yanked outside, 2-0. 81 innings this year, certainly an innings eater for St. Joseph's. ERA at 4.78. Struck out 91 batters, walked only 20. The 2-0. Cueto checks his swing on a slider down and out. The check down, they say he didn't go. 3-0 to Cueto, who struck out in the second.
Yeah, all 15 appearances were starts for St. Joe's.
Cueto shows bunt, pulls it back as this pitch finds the inside part of the plate. 3-1 the count. Gateman 2 in the first inning. RBI for Murph Gray. Ground out scored Summerhill. Chase Reinhardt later scored on a wild pitch in that frame, and Colby Turner homered in the second to make it 3-0. The 3-1. Cueto gets a piece, fouls it into the screen behind home plate, and a full count now. McCausland looking for the sign from Guzman. He's ready, checks second. Right-hander deals the payoff. Swing and the miss. Cueto down for the second time tonight. 2 gone in the third, and it'll be up to Summerhill.
All right, Summerhill has hit the ball on the screws twice in a row now. Last time was a line out.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Both times up the middle. Single to center field, later scored in the first, and that second one was nearly a home run. Flew out to deep center field. Here's Will McCausland, right-hander, ready to rock and roll. First pitch, breaking ball, finds the top of the zone to Summerhill for strike one. It's a tight slider there. Bobby Bozer waiting in the wings. It's Turner at first, Jarrell at second. The 0-1. Chased it outside, 0-2 now. It's a nice fastball there. Summerhill's eyes lit up. Left-hander gets back in the box. The 0-2. Summerhill destroys. High and deep to center field. Going back Stanfield. It is summertime. Brendan Summerhill, a 3-run Jimmy Jack to center. And a 6-0 Gateman lead.
What a bomb to center. I mean, he got all of that. Sitting dead right on that fastball, and no doubt about it.
Brendan Summerhill, his second homer of the season. It comes in a big spot as the Gatemen begin to blow it open here in the third. You knew if he just made contact in the right way that ball was going to sail.
To center field, too. I mean, that's a shot.
Almost had it in his last at-bat. This time, he didn't miss it. And Stanfield also almost went overboard, trying to leap to grab that fly ball as Bozer steps in and takes a called strike at the knees. Little 2-out magic for the Gatemen. That's been the story of the last several weeks here. Timely hitting. 0-1 misses in, or should I say, Kyle, hitting, period.
Yep.
The 1-1, down and outside, 2-1 to Bozer. And a rude greeting for Will McCausland in his Cape League debut. He struck out Cueto in his first batter he faced. And then Summerhill came up and said, "Welcome to Cape Cod, my friend." 2-1. Fastball just off the plate, 3-1 to Bozer.
Home runs have just been coming.
The pitch to Bozer. Outside, ball 4. Fastball close. He's been dancing around the zone these last couple of batters, and Bozer now heads down. A 2-out free pass brings up Murph Gray.
Well, he's trying to nibble at the edges, and he's probably afraid to leave anything in the middle of the zone after that shot from Summerhill.
And for what it's worth, 2 of those 3 runs that scored on the Summerhill 3-run shot charged to Joe Arriola, whose book is now closed. First pitch to Murph. Breaking ball catches the top inside corner of the zone to the right-handed batter, 0-1. Oh, 1 deal. Gray chops it foul. That ends up right in the Bourne dugout, grabbed by someone standing right outside it. I believe that's Isaiah Jackson. Bozer at first with 2 down, 6-0 Gateman in the top of the third. The pitch, Gray, a roller up the middle. That's going to find the outfield grass. Base hit center field. Gray rounds first, he'll stop there. Bozer holds his ground at second. And this inning's not over yet. 2 on, 2 gone for Jace Reinhardt.
4 knocks on the day. They've been taking a lot of walks with 4 there.
Now batting.
I mean, when they get guys on, they do their thing to try and move them over or just bring them home, since they have 2 homers today, too. So the power has just gone way up.
Now 5 hits in the game for the Gatemen. Reinhardt hit by a pitch, scored in the first, reached first on a dropped third strike. It was the 3rd strikeout for Arriola, but it got away from the catcher Adonis Guzman. Both runners take their leads. First pitch, just outside, ball 1. That's close there.
I think all of them are taking first pitch right now, pretty much.
1-0. Reinhardt gets a piece, flips it foul right behind home plate. Scouts get the front row seating right behind the backstop here, so they just got a mouthful of that foul ball. It's Gray at first, Bozer at second. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Nice slurve there on the outer half. So 1-2 to Reinhardt. Jace looking to keep the 2-out rally going. Before the 1-2 delivery, a throw over to second. Interesting move there from the pitcher McCausland. Just kind of threw it over, despite the fact that Bozer had already gotten back to the bag, probably to avoid getting called for a balk.
Yeah, just kind of tossed it to toss it.
1-2, just in off the plate. 2-2 the count to Reinhardt. Steady diet of fastballs from McCausland, but that slider also pairing well. Just hasn't been able to locate too well. 2-2 coming. Located there. Did he get the swing? Yes, he did. They will throw it down to first base. Guzman gets the out. At first, I think Guzman thought it was ball 3. He wasn't exactly hustling to get the ball, but he does record the strikeout in the end to finish off the Gateman here in the top of the 3rd inning. But it wasn't for naught. Brendan Summerhill, oh yeah, it is summertime. And it's 6-0 Gateman. Bottom 3 coming up here from Durant Park. Independence Day Baseball on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
I couldn't get out, so they stopped the game. Umpires actually had to peel me out of the fence. They had to pull the fence.
And an incredible guest for us today on the pod, in the words of the great Jason Stark, writer, broadcaster, and distinguished former major leaguer, Doug Glanville. Doug, it is terrific to have you on today.
So, any favorite ballparks that you visited while you were in the Cape?
Yeah, I mean, of course, you got to love Spillane Field with like the all dirt infield or whatever you had going there, the darkened dirt. Let me see. Well, Bourne, I didn't like Bourne because one time I slid for a ball. I was doing that cool move where the ball's up against the fence and you slide around it and then pop up and throw. And then I slid and went through the fence. So my leg got caught in the fence and I couldn't do anything. I had to roll the ball to the right fielder and I couldn't get out. So they stopped the game. Umpires actually had to peel me out of the fence and to pull the fence.
Oh my God.
So that wasn't a good memory. So Bourne, the fog always rolled in there.
We return to play here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Gateman up by plenty, a 6-0 lead. Entering bottom of 3, Yoel Tejeda back to work here on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Ethan and I with you, and we're joined now by John Wesley Cochran, an intern for the Bourne Braves, who we've gotten to know over the last couple of outings between these two teams. So, John Wesley, it is great to have you, my friend.
Yeah, great to be here. Nice outing here at Durant Park. Get to watch some 4th of July baseball.
Absolutely. There is nothing better as Tejeda deals and hits the first batter he faces here. Adonis Guzman drilled in the back on a fastball. That doesn't feel too good. He'll head down to first base.
Yeah, catcher out of Arizona really knows how to tough it out, so this ain't his first rodeo.
So I know you're one of the camera operators for the Braves, usually for the home games. Is that
Correct.
the extent of your responsibility, or what else do you do?
Yes, I've taken the liberty of myself to take a lot of photos, so photography has definitely been another asset I've kind of brought as I've had the opportunity to be here in the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Awesome. As Blake Barthel stands in, back to the top of the order for the Bourne Braves. A 6-0 Gateman lead here. Runner on first here in the bottom of the third. Tejeda ready, he deals. And the first pitch just off the plate, ball one. So John Wesley, go to Mississippi State. This is your first year, I assume, with the Bourne Braves?
Yes, first year with the Bourne Braves. Heard so much about them, seeing as they've been the back-to-back champions of the Cape League. So what better team to join than the Bourne Braves?
Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now, as a Gateman guy here you're talking to, I will not quite agree with you, though I will, acknowledge your group's accomplishments as the 1-1 comes home. This is outside, 2-1 from Tejeda. Now, last couple of games between these two teams have gone Wareham's way. Yesterday, an 8-6 game at Spillane Field. Bourne's offense certainly was persistent in that one. It was no easy challenge getting over the hump as the 2-1 misses down and outside, 3-1. What was your thoughts on yesterday's game?
Yeah, well, we started off, very cold. Sparks, put us in a bind, but I was very proud of the way that our team was able to come together. We were able to string some runs along each throughout the inning, so led by Conrad for sure. He's definitely been the spark that we've needed in our lineup.
3-1 pitch is outside, so back-to-back walks here, or check that. Hit by a pitch and a walk. Have started up a little rally here, perhaps, for the Braves here in the bottom of the third. First and second, nobody out for Clay Grady. So the second walk issued from Tejeda. Grady, the Virginia Tech shortstop, 0 for 1 with the fielder's choice.
Yeah, Grady very fast. He definitely can do some damage if he gets on the base path.
See how Tejeda attacks him. First pitch. Slider in the dirt, ball 1. Nice stop there from Cueto. Are you also an Atlanta Braves fan, John, just being from the South?
Well, being from the South, Mississippi doesn't necessarily have an MLB team, so with being a part of, the Cape League, it's given me a reason to take my respective team in my the team that I prefer is now the Boston Red Sox.
Okay, I respect that. It's a mound visit here for the Gatemen. Eric Luxus, the Gateman pitching coach, has convened the entire infield. Yoel Tejeda, 6'8", stands tall above them all. Rough start here to the third inning, hit by a pitch and a walk, and down 1 ball, no strikes, Clay Grady. And I understand you have some broadcasting hopes and dreams yourself, correct?
Yes. Have had the opportunity to call high school athletics at Starkville Academy, seeing as I go to Mississippi State University, trying to implement student-led radio station there, if Lord willing.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Exactly.
It has been done before. Say that. So the mound visit has come to an end. Luxus retreats to the dugout, imparting some words of wisdom to the tall right-hander out of Florida State. 1-0 pitch to Clay Grady coming. He shows bunt, pulls it back. Snap throw down to second is not going to be in time. Guzman gets back there in time. No one was actually covering second base. That ball was picked up behind the bag by Antonio Jimenez.
Yeah, heads-up play there.
It's first and second. Nobody out here in the top, or the bottom, rather, of the third inning. 6-0 Wareham. First real rally that Bourne has gotten today. Tejeda looks at second, the 2-0. Another ball down. Went with the fastball, just missed his spot. 3-0 the count. That wind whipping out to left field. Partly cloudy.
Lots of wind here at Dorn Park.
Absolutely. The 3-0. Fastball right down Broadway for a called strike. Now, Bourne as a whole, 5-9-1. They sit fourth, rather, in the Cape League West Division.
Yes, just in front of Falmouth, fighting to stay in that 4th spot at the moment.
3-1 inside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks now, and 3 free passes in this inning have loaded the bases for Tejeda. I was going to ask you, what have you seen from this group? These are the 2-time defending champions here. What has been their main struggle this year?
Main struggle so far, hitting has been relatively on and off, but starting pitching has been very phenomenal. There's not a whole lot of mistakes there, but bullpen has definitely been an issue.
Ethan Conrad ropes the ball to right center field. Summerhill going after it, dives, and he makes the catch. Throw back to first, nobody's home to get it. Eli Putnam was covering the pitcher's mound area, and that'll score a run. Summerhill came up firing to first. Putnam was preparing for a throw home, and nobody was there at first base to receive that throw. They tried to double off Clay Grady, and it results in a run. Check that, 2 runs for Bourne. It's now 6-2.
Yeah, Ethan Conrad, exactly the person that you want there at the plate, gets 2 RBIs. Prospect out of the Perfect Game League, absolutely tearing it up. He's sitting at over 500 batting average here in the Cape League.
Yeah, we didn't really have a chance to talk a whole lot about him there, though we did in our first at-bat with him. So it's a sac fly for Conrad. The error scores the 2nd run as the first offering here, a called strike to Braden Holcomb. A crazy sequence of events. Summerhill soaring after that fly ball in right center, made a terrific diving catch, came up firing to first. Eli Putnam, the first baseman, was not there to receive the throw. He was lined up right behind the pitcher's mound, ready to relay a throw home. As this one fouled away, 0-2 now on Holcomb. And because of that mistake, Summerhill's throw brings home a run. Should be an E8 on the throw.
Braden Holcomb has definitely been one of the more interesting players that I've seen here on the Cape, as he has had 16 hits, only one of them being an extra base hit. So we've seen a lot of singles out of him.
0-2, misses inside, a ball and 2 strikes now. Holcomb in that 9 spot, or in the cleanup spot rather, out of Vanderbilt. 308 hitter. Tejeda looking to put him away. Runner at second is Clay Grady. 1 away, the pitch. Holcomb fouls it back. So in all that craziness, Blake Barthel and Adonis Guzman both scored. Clay Grady at second base with 1 gone. Decent lead for him, but Bozer in the area. Tejeda's 1-2, runner goes. Swing and a line drive, base hit, left field. Gray wasn't there to get it. Around third comes Grady, he scores. And this lead cut in half now, it's 6-3 Gateman. Hit and run works to perfection there for Bourne.
Hit and run call, exactly what you want right there. Braden Holcomb just doing his job.
The first baseman from the University
Murph
of
Gray,
Kansas,
the third
number
baseman,
25,
was covering the bag
Arnold.
and expecting a throw down from Cueto, but the line drive sent right to where he had been standing before the play began. So that's just how it works out for you sometimes. It results in an RBI single for Braden Holcomb. He's at first now with 1 gone. The batter is Ben Hartle out of Kansas. First pitch at the knees, called strike from Tejeda. Second offering, knee high again, gets the call, 0-2. Hartle made his debut yesterday, 0 for 1 with a walk in his debut. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Quarter past the hour, just about. Pitch, up and in, nearly buzzed the tower. So 1-2 on Hartle. Give Bourne credit. I don't know, maybe they're relying on you to be the spark for him, John Wesley. You joined the broadcast, and all of a sudden, those bats woke up a little bit.
Hey, I love to see it. Bourne Braves typically slow starters, but once they can get some runners on base, there's no doubt that they definitely can get hot at any point.
Last pitch was a chopper foul down the third base side, so still 1-2 on Hartle. Gatemen have been that way as well. There have been plenty of times where they've been down early in ball games and they just immediately roar back or chip away throughout the game and complete a comeback win. The 1-2 rather is flip foul down the right side. The first comeback effort that we saw from Wareham happened right here at Doran Park, June 22nd. Gateman won that game 7-3. They went down early, but they put up 3 runs in the 7th and 8th innings to make the comeback happen.
Yeah, Gateman, they know how to hit a baseball really well.
Evidence in the numbers as the 1-2 roped down the third base line. It is a foul ball right over the bag, but just to the left.
Yeah, Ben Hartle still looking for that first hit on the season. Not very many opportunities as this is only like his second game, so interesting to see how he finishes that at bat.
One away here in the bottom of the third. 6-3 Wareham leads it. But 3 runs have scored in this frame for the Braves. 1-2 again to Ben Hartle. Swing and a miss. Slider up. He chased it for strike 3. 4th strikeout of the game for Tejeda.
Now batting, the third baseman from Boston College, number 29, Nick Wang.
So here's Nick Wang making his debut today out of Boston College. Wang 0 for 1, bounced out to the shortstop. Jimenez his first time. He's got a runner at first with 2 gone. The score 6-3 Wareham. Runner goes. The first pitch taken for a strike. Bobbled by Cueto. There will be no throw down. Stolen bag for Braden Holcomb. It's already the 4th stolen base of the game for the Braves. They put a man in scoring position with 2 down.
Yeah, Wang 11 home runs at Boston College definitely has the power that Bourne has been needing as we've only hit 3 home runs on the season. Power has definitely been something that has been lacking.
0-1 slider catches the zone for strike 2. Yeah, I noticed that. Just 3 homers, though all 3 guys that have gone deep are in this lineup today. Team that's 9th in the league in batting average. Definitely would like to see more from the bats. Tejeda looking to finish off the Braves here, and the third runner goes again. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball. Wang swings right through it for strike 3. 5 strikeouts now for Tejeda, and he wraps up this 3rd inning. Bourne does strike back. 3 runs cross on an interesting play with runners on 2nd and 3rd. Ethan Conrad, a sacrifice fly. Ball thrown away by Summerhill. Results in 2 runs scoring. And then Braden Holcomb knocking in the 3rd run with an RBI base hit. We'll go top of 4 here from Doran Park. John Wesley Cochran, it's a pleasure to have you, my friend.
Pleasure as always.
Absolutely. Independence Day Baseball here from Doran Park on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. PC is a Massachusetts-based leading-edge real estate closing, title, settlement, and personal injury and litigation law firm. Our clients trust us to provide the most comprehensive real estate closing and litigation services in Massachusetts. Our full network of closing and settlement attorneys, agencies, and litigators have expanded throughout New England and beyond. We deliver on that trust and reliance by offering the best professional prompt assistance, advanced technology, and state-of-the-art closing services in the real estate law and litigation business today. Our commitment to excellence, honest reputation, and tradition of aggressive representation to provide quality legal services is what we will continue to demonstrate at Sync Law. We believe and will prove that successfully addressing client needs requires more than just knowledge of the law. It requires a mastery of good representation and an attitude to finalize every transaction to my client's satisfaction. Live life to the fullest and let us Sync Law. Back at it here, top of the 4th inning from Doran Park. Independence Day Baseball with you from Bourne. 6-3 Gateman as the top of the 4th begins. Eli Putnam, first pitch, swinging. High fly ball to left center field. Ballpark will hold it, and it's hauled in by Davis Gillespie in left center. 1 pitch, 1 out. Hi, Kyle. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Good to have you back.
Of course, I try to do my investigative reporting. Believe it or not, I could not find a doggo of the day.
There's no dogs at Doran Park?
Not on the right side, which is mostly Gateman fans. I only had a half inning to search, though, so I might have to go back out.
All right, well, I have one then, as this one is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. At the plate now is Jacob Jarrell. Our doggo of the day is Kesa, Yellow Labrador. 1-0. Fastball just up, but it takes the zone for called strike. 1-1. Kesa belongs to our host mom, Mary Chaplin's daughter, Michaela, who is in town today for the 4th as a check swing from Jarrell is down. 2-1. Kesa certainly does shed a lot, but a good pooch, and we were running around playing some wiffle ball in the backyard today, the Mattapoisett Wiffle Ball Classic, as we would call it. Kesa was out there with us. Outside, 3-1 now to Jarrell. So with that, Kesa, our doggo of the day.
Kesa, 13 years old.
Wow.
Bright and young.
That's amazing. 3-1 coming. Jarrell fouls it off the mask of the catcher, Adonis Guzman. Gatemen have scored in every inning. 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third. It was Brendan Summerhill who has brought the big stick. 3-run shot extended the lead to 6-0 at the time. Bourne did add 3 in the previous half inning. As the 3-2 swung on and missed, high cheese right there for strike 3. Jarrell is out number 2.
Yeah, 4 hits today for the Gatemen, 2 of them homers. What else could you ask for?
And the rain has returned, though it is still light rain around Doran Park. Skies a medium blue, nothing too gray around us, as the first pitch here, a called strike to Antonio Jimenez. Will McCausland on the bump as the pitch fouled back. 0-2 quickly on Jimenez. Colby Turner waits on deck if Jimenez gets on. Saw rain here at Doran Park the last time the Gatemen were in town, but it didn't stop the proceedings then. We'll see if it does now. Everyone retreats into our tent. The 0-2. This one hit in the air. Deep left field off the bat of Antonio Jimenez. All the way back. It is gone. Antonio Jimenez, his 3rd homer of the year. He knew it right off the bat. 7-3 Wareham.
Got all of that one. Once again, just stayed back on a pitch he saw coming. It was a curveball, hung this time, and he hammered it.
Left it out over the plate. McCausland pays the price. Jimenez strikes again. The Gatemen are up by 4 in the 4th.
Michigan, number 12, Colby Turner.
So here is Colby Turner. He does get his at-bat after all. 3rd homer of the game for the Gatemen. Fastball up, ball 1. Turner had the first one, a deep drive to left field, his first of the season. Caught a body as well. Davis Gillespie went leaping over the left field wall for it as Turner swings and misses. The bat goes flying. It hits right off the screen outside the Bourne dugout. Product of the rain, more than likely. We've seen just about everything today, folks.
This has been an interesting game.
Turner rubs some sticky stuff on the bat. Now he's ready to go. 1-1 the count. Bases clear, 2 gone in the top of the 4th. The pitch. Turner gets a piece, fouls it away down the right side. It's 1-2.
Just missing that pitch again. Now I'm sitting here waiting for homers.
And I'm sitting here moving more inside the tent so I don't get rained on. 1-2 to Turner. Fastball well up high, neck high, in fact, to Turner. Two balls, 2 strikes. McCausland deals, and a fastball outside. Full count now. McCausland's had good stuff today, just a couple of mistakes. Left one out over the plate to Summerhill. Now here with the curveball to Jimenez. Payoff pitch coming. Turner off the end of the bat, foul. Behind home plate, hits off the screen. Well, there is a dog behind us. Looks like it's one of those wiener dogs, so we might have to revise our doggo of the day.
It's a little dachshund.
It's a dachshund? Oh, my goodness. We'll get more info on that later. We will report. 3-2 again. Turner ropes one, snagged at third base by Nick Wang. Hot corner tested, Wang passes. Turner lines out for out number 3. The Gatemen cash in again. Antonio Jimenez lifting his 3rd homer of the year. A no-doubt shot to deep left field. Bottom of the 4th inning coming up from Durand Park. Independence Day Baseball on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Jesse Simmons.
I'm Sam White.
And this is Catching Up with the Gatemen. All right. Mr. Sam White.
Yes, sir.
West Virginia Mountaineers catcher infielder. It's good to have you today. Thank you for jumping on with me.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And so you had the chance to play for the Canadian Junior National Team.
I did.
Tell me a little bit about that, and being able to represent your country and where your hometown, not only in your country but now in the U.S. at a Power 5 school and here in the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the biggest honor I've ever had. I mean, representing Canada, I played Team USA, played Team Japan, Chinese Taipei, all that stuff. And I mean, like, that's the biggest honor you can have. I mean, every rep that I put in, that was basically for my country.
Hockey.
Yes.
Was that your first love before baseball? You got drafted at one point, had a chance to maybe take a pro hockey career and go that way, but now you're at baseball. What was that like? And give me a little something about that hockey.
Yeah, I mean, hockey, like that's where I met kind of my lifelong friends. I mean,
yeah,
like obviously growing up in Canada, hockey is the sport that everyone plays. It was my first love. I mean, I started playing when I was 5 or 6 years old, like a couple years before I started playing baseball. And yeah, up until I was probably 13 or 14 years old, I was gonna go to the NHL, and that's what that's what I would tell myself.
Back to action here in the bottom of the 4th inning at Durand Park. Independence Day Baseball brought to you on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Ethan Eibe and Kyle Marchak with you from Bourne as we go to the bottom of the 4th. 7-3, Wareham leads it, looking for their 3rd win in a row. They sit atop as the best in the West, 11-4 entering play. Bourne, meanwhile, at 5-9-1, sliding in at 4th. Yoel Tejeda Jr. back to work as he deals with Davis Gillespie. First pitch swung on and fouled at the plate for strike 1. Kyle, the bats have been producing early and often in this one. Already 3 home runs tonight.
Yeah, in just 5 hits, so a lot of pop.
Second offering at the knees, called strike 2 to Gillespie.
Just anything down the middle, they're damaging today. I don't know if that's a change of approach or they're just seeing the ball well.
Tejeda has the sign from Gio Cueto. Here's 0-2. Pummeled in the air, deep to left field. Reinhardt going back on this one. He won't get it. It one-hops to the wall. Extra bases Gillespie. He will cruise into second with a leadoff double. 0-2 slider mistake. Caught too much at the plate, and Gillespie cashes in.
Now batting.
Yeah, just left that hanging, and that's pretty much the only issue we've seen from Tejeda today.
Stanfield.
And the 3 runs that he's given up, they're going to really hit the ball in the screws if he's leaving that slider up.
I didn't have you on for the previous bottom of the inning for Bourne when they plated 3 runs in the 3rd inning. A pretty crazy endeavor that was. Walks ended up causing some pain to Tejeda's line as this pitch gets away from Cueto. His throw down to 3rd gets away from Gray, backed up by the shortstop Jimenez. So Gillespie ends up at 3rd base on what should go down as a passed ball. I believe that went off of Cueto's glove, trickled to the right side. Opted to go with a one-hop throw down to Gray. It just went over his glove before he could apply a tag. And if Jimenez hadn't backed up that play, that might have resulted in a run. Can't afford to give up too many more. Gatemen have outpaced the Braves today 7-3, but can't let this persistent offense have their way for Bourne, as this one's down 2-0. Chris Stanfield at the plate with now runner at 3rd, nobody out in the bottom of the 4th. 2-0. Nice 2-seamer in there at the knees, 2-1. Stanfield 0 for 1 with a strikeout. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Got right over it. 2-2 now to the LSU product. Lights on at full effect here at Durand Park. Just about 7:30 here. 2-2. Bourne, or Stanfield rather, fouls at the plate. Gatemen have scored in every inning to this point. 2 in the first, 1 each in the second and the fourth, 3 in the third. They've slugged 3 homers today. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Stanfield down again for the second time. Tack on another strikeout for Tejeda at 6.
Yeah, that's Tejeda's MO, right? He's going to make the righties chase that slider, and he has a diving changeup, but really it's about starting with those strikes on a fastball.
Before Adonis Guzman climbs into the batter's box, Eric Luxus out for a visit with Tejeda. We'll see if this is the end of the line. Tejeda with the entire infield on the bump with Luxus. 9-hole hitter Adonis Guzman, the catcher, would be next. And Tejeda doesn't look like he wants to give up the ball, but he will. Call to the bullpen coming for the Wareham Gatemen. Tejeda, a terrific performance today. He'll head back to the dugout. It's 7-3 Gatemen, 1 gone in the bottom of the fourth with a runner on third, and Adonis Guzman, the next batter, scheduled to hit. We'll see who the bullpen arm is coming out of the pen. It is a righty. So a 7-3 lead for the Gatemen here on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Whatever your technology needs are, Secure One can help. Learn more at SecureOne.com. SecureWON.com.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower, the largest private property owner in eastern Massachusetts, and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and stewardship. For 170 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
Attention baseball fans, are you ready to hit a financial home run? PCT Federal Credit Union is here tonight to make your dreams of home ownership and driving off in that new car a reality. Their unbeatable low rates on mortgage and auto loans are a win for everybody. Whether you're rounding the bases to buy your first home or looking to upgrade your ride, PCT Federal Credit Union has got your back. Swing by their tent before you leave or visit their website to learn more about how they can help you step up to the plate and score big on your financial goals.
The AD Makepeace Company also owns and operates Reed Custom Soils, the area's leading manufacturer of custom soils, including CU structural soil and Rooflight certified green roof media. Reed Custom Soil is also a manufacturer and distributor of baseball infield mix and conditioners. To learn more, visit www.reedcustomsoils.com.
New pitcher for the Wareham Gatemen here in the middle of the bottom of the fourth inning. It is Arizona right-hander Tony Pluta out of the pen to replace Joel Tejeda, whose line not yet completed. A runner at third base. He is still responsible for him. That's Davis Gillespie down there. He's the base runner with 1 gone in the bottom of the fourth. Your score 7-3 in favor of the Gatemen, who are looking for their 3rd win in a row here and 3rd win over Bourne this season. Ethan Eibe alongside Kyle Marchak on the Gateman Baseball Network. Pluto, one of the go-to guys in this pen. He has been solid this year, Kyle.
Yeah, this is going to be his 5th appearance, and through 4, he's collected 6 innings to his credit, all scoreless. So looking to maintain that 0 in the ERA column.
Pluta tasked with a runner at third and 1 out. The batter, Adonis Guzman, the 9-hole hitting catcher, also out of the University of Arizona. So this is Wildcat versus Wildcat. There's also a Wildcat playing center field for the Gatemen right now. So if you just draw a straight line from center field to home plate, you get 3 Wildcats.
Feels like High School Musical.
Here's the first pitch to Guzman. And a nice breaking ball in there for a called strike 1. Curveball that Pluta throws only 20% of the time. Fastball, cutter, curve. Working on a changeup this summer. Corners in for the Gatemen. As a curveball misses down low, Cueto blocks it in the dirt, keeps it close by. It's 1-1. Guzman hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. He came around to score. Bourne's 3 runs arrived in the 3rd inning. The Gatemen have scored in every inning tonight. Pluta set. Runner gets off of third. Right-hander deals. Fouled straight back. Guzman got a piece of it. It's 1-2. Guzman steps back in. Pluta ready to roll. 1-2. Breaking ball lifted in the air out towards deep center field. Summerhill tracking, has a beat, makes the catch. Runner tags from third. Here comes Gillespie, and he reaches home without a throw. Sacrifice fly for Adonis Guzman, and it's a 3-run ball game again. 7-4 Wareham.
Well, that's just a well-manufactured hit by the Bourne Braves right there. Putting a runner on, moving him over, and bringing him in.
Number 21.
Gillespie reached on a double, thrown on a pass ball, and now the sacrifice fly. Second sac fly of the game for Bourne. That offense has been persistent. The numbers compared to the rest of the league, not pretty, but against the Gatemen, they have been sticklers. Back to the top of the order, here's Blake Barthel. First pitch from Pluta. Just off the plate outside, ball 1. Bartle rocking the high socks, those navy socks. White pants rolled up to the knee high. That's from the left side. Pluta ready to go. He goes. And a fastball just up. 2-0. Barthel reached base in the third inning on a walk. He came around to score. 2-0. Swing and a miss. A little half swing there from Barthel, and a ball in the dirt. 2-1.
His curveball is kind of his put-away pitch. He's throwing it more often than we're used to right now, though.
Said before, it's only 20% of the time you see that curve. 2-1 from Pluta. Fastball lofted in the air. Down the left field line, heading into foul ground. Jimenez on the run, goes into a slide, and he makes the catch. Antonio Jimenez. What a defensive clinic there. Not an easy play by any stretch. Going into foul ground, feet for a slide, and on the move, making the grab. What a play that was, Kyle.
Yeah, just tracking that one down. He called everyone off, too, and just found that one in foul territory. Not an easy play.
Fourth inning comes to a close. Bourne tacks on another 7-4 Gateman going to the top of the fifth. But for now, here's Madison Walker.
Thank you so much, Ethan. Okay, I have to start off with, we know Brennan Summerhill obviously is a consistent guy for the Gatemen, right? But he always has a few standout games, and I remember one of them being here at Bourne, and here we are again. And I mean, look at today, we got a 3-run home run, we have a single, and that amazing diving catch in the bottom of the third, right? So I think this guy really comes to play. I don't know what it is about Bourne, but he'll really bring it here. But our pitching just hasn't been the strongest, what we know it can be throughout this game, and our bats are really what's keeping us alive. I think with Colby Turner getting his first home run, Antonio Jimenez adding another to his record, you know, we're kind of getting familiar with this pitching, and we're getting comfortable against this team. Our bats are hot. If we can get our pitching in order, I think this game will definitely be a solid win for us. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we can figure that out, especially with Pluta on the mound. I'm rooting for him. I know you two are also, so I'm going to throw it back to you guys.
Thank you, Madison. Yeah, she makes a good point. Now it's in the bullpen's hands, and we know how good that bullpen has been as of late. Yesterday wasn't their strongest effort, but they've been reliable nonetheless.
Yeah, reliable is pretty much the way to put it. I mean, you and I talked about it on the pregame show. It wasn't their best outing, but they got the job done. They maintained that lead the entire time, and they've done that time and time again. Now, in that 6-game winning streak, there were 4 different instances where there were multiple arms combining for at least 4 scoreless innings in relief. So, yeah, to your point, the bullpen is pretty trusty.
We go to the top of the 5th inning here from Doran Park in Bourne. 4th of July baseball. Can't say it's been a beautiful day outside, though. Not real sunny skies. It's been overcast, cloudy, at times rainy, but we play baseball nonetheless. You wouldn't want anything more on a day where we celebrate the freedom that we all get to enjoy here in this wonderful country. And what a tradition it is to be able to play in this league on this field today, as Gio Cueto fouls one back for strike 1. 7-4 Gatemen have the lead here. Cueto in the 9th spot, he's batting. Summerhill will be next. After that, we'll see Bobby Bozer. Cueto fights it off. Little jam shot towards second. Nabbed there by Blake Barthel for out number 1. You reflect, Kyle, on what it means to be an American on this day and how lucky we are just to be able to sit and enjoy the wonderful game that we have before us.
I mean, baseball in America, pretty synonymous with one another, right?
Wise man once said that baseball has marked the time. First pitch to Brendan Summerhill upstairs, but he gets the swing and miss for strike 1. Summerhill had the 3-run homer in the third, made it 6-0 at the time, but Bourne has been persistent. 4 runs these last couple of innings. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball called strike 2 at the knees. It's rolled by like an army of steamrollers. Erased, rebuilt, and erased again. 0-2. Outside. Field of Dreams.
I was wondering where that quote was from. I knew it sounded familiar.
The 1-2 coming. Summerhill lifts it foul down the left side. He'll do it again. Old Glory flies above the center field wall, blowing out to left as Summerhill gets a piece, fouls it back. Summerhill waiting for the reset. It is still McCausland on the mound for Bourne. The pitch. Makes contact, high fastball, but he fouls it back. Still 1-2.
The sun's coming back out a little bit.
Behind the press box, I assume, yeah.
Just a tad.
Some sun shining behind us here at Doran Park. Looks rather ugly beyond the outfield wall, but it's not here. It's the 1-2. Summerhill lofts another fly ball out towards right center field. Ballpark will hold this one, and it's hauled in by Stanfield for out number 2.
Really good swing. Got down and made hard contact, but just got under it. And that's just another timing thing, but I don't think Summerhill's very concerned about how his swings have looked today.
I would agree with that. Bases clear and 2 gone for Bobby Bozer. 7-4 Wareham here in the top of the 5th inning. McCausland deals. Bozer fouls it back. He's had some good swings today as well and some good plate appearances. He's walked twice. If he gets on, Murph Gray is next. Oh, 1. Banged it foul down the right side. So quickly 0-2 on Bozer. McCausland looking for a bounce back 1-2-3 frame. Here it is. Bozer, a fly ball down the right field line, heading towards the corner. Conrad back, has a beat on it, and makes the catch just in front of the wall. Bozer thought he might have had another one, but he is out number 3. Top of the 5th inning comes to a close. Gatemen go down in order. To the bottom of the 5th we go from Doran Park. The score, Gatemen 7, Bourne 4 on this Independence Day. This is the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
I'm Jesse Simmons.
And I'm Brendan Summerhill.
And this is Catching Up with the Gatemen. All right, so Brendan, junior, Arizona. From Chicago, though. Tell me a little about that. You said we talked about you grew up not far from Wrigley Field. What was that like growing up?
Yeah, a mile away from Wrigley. It was special. When the Cubs won in 2016, I really realized how cool it was to be a Cubs fan.
Right.
The entire north side of the city was partying for like, a week straight. I was in 7th grade. School got canceled the next day. We all got to go to the parade. It was super fun.
It's easy to say that. Did that grow your love for baseball early on, and being able to be a part of that and so close to an MLB team?
Absolutely.
You know, it's hard not to want to get into baseball, right?
It's just, there's something about baseball that there's nothing else like it.
Right. Was there an MLB player that you...
108 years, you don't win a World Series.
Right.
And then they win it, and everyone goes crazy. It was fun. It was super cool.
Was there an MLB player that you emulated your swing? You know, you play outfield. We talked about Ellie De La Cruz. You emulate that. Was there a different player growing up that you wanted to be like?
I always like to watch YouTube videos of Ken Griffey Jr. He's probably my favorite hitter to ever watch. I wouldn't necessarily say I emulated my swing off his, but
Back here on the Gateman Baseball Network. To the bottom of the fifth we go on this Independence Day from Durant Park. 7-4 our score. Gateman out in front, and for the rest of tonight, for his next act, here's Kyle Marchak.
Well, thank you very much as we come back from an intermission, and the Gatemen lead it 7-4 at Durant Park. In Game 2 of a home-and-home with the Braves, it is the 4th of July. Tony Pluta, second frame of relief. He kicks, steals, first pitch to Clay Grady, the Hokie, and he watches a slider miss inside, ball 1. What a ball game it's been. More than just fireworks flying in the air tonight. 3 home runs, a season high for the Gatemen, as they lead it by 3 against their crosstown rivals. The 1-0 and a fastball spots the outside edge. Called strike. Tony Pluta out of Arizona. His buddy, also a Wildcat, Brendan Summerhill, the one to essentially grab this 3-run advantage with his 3-run shot back in the 3rd. Next pitch is swung on and topped foul to the right side. Strike 2. Just a picturesque afternoon for baseball, metaphorically that is. Not physically or literally. Cloudy and rain-spotted afternoon. Pluta ready, first batter. Bottom 5, the 1-2, a fastball just fouled straight back. Right under it is Grady.
A little race for the bat boys there as to who was going to get that foul ball.
They've been intense today.
Wareham kid won and just flipped it back to his buddy.
And I'll give credit to the Wareham kid for a specific reason. The 1-2, swinging a little cue shot to the left side. It lofts softly into the glove of the shortstop Jimenez for out number 1. Have you noticed the young man acting as the ball boy and bat boy for the Gatemen has like the perfect putt of a roll over to the opposite side of the field? When he donates the ball back to the Braves dugout, he rolls it perfectly. No ricochet, no nothing, just rolls softly into the right foot of the coach sitting over there behind the screen.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's really interesting because that kid can't be more than 6 or 7 years old, but he looks like he's handled this before.
He's got a nice touch. First pitch to the lefty, and Conrad swings and misses. Strike 1. Soft line out from Clay Grady to the shortstop Jimenez. And the Gatemen have one away, bottom 5. Pluta ready. He nods, kicks, and fires. Swing and a little roller to the left side. Diving stop by Jimenez in the hole, but he'll eat the throw. Infield single for Conrad, who continues to be the hot bat on this team.
And Conrad had the RBI sac fly in the 3rd inning on that line out to Summerhill, but man, Jimenez almost able to rob him there again. I don't know how he got to that ball in the hole. Made a nice sprawling stop, just no time to set his feet and make any sort of throw to first base.
No, just a perfect swing, too. A pitch on the outside edge and whacked it into the hole. Finds himself on first base. It's his first knock of the afternoon. One away. Conrad, the speediest one between really anyone on this roster, but especially for the Braves. On first base, and here's Braden Holcomb. 1 for 1, a walk and an RBI single back in the 3rd. First pitch to the righty. He swings and misses under a fastball. 0-1. Man, Conrad has just had a season so far, and an abbreviated one at that. He was a late arrival. Just his 8th game. He's put up ridiculous numbers. Pluta. Soft pickoff throw over the first. Nothing doing for a guy who is a speed threat. 9 stolen bases on the year. That's more than any Gateman. Mind you, there are a lot of long tenure Gatemen who have obviously been around the whole time through, let's say, the first third of this season now. 0-1. And the deal to Holcomb. Swing and a pop-up right side. Through the gray sky, coming into no man's land is Turner. And instead, it's the second baseman, Bozer, to squeeze the mid on it for out number 2.
Final note on Conrad, a guy who was given the Gateman just fits over these last couple of days. He had 3 RBIs and 4 hits yesterday at Spillane.
The first baseman from the University of Kansas.
Yeah, those 4 hits bolstered his hit count on the year from 12 to 16, and now he has 15 after that single. Again, more than anyone else in the Gateman. the best offense in the league, based on average and hits. Small lead for Conrad at first, and the righty Hartle digs in. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Runner goes, pitches down low, throw down a second. The tag not in time. Bozer had to go across his chest to swipe that tag, but, well, Conrad was already there, taking a nap and sipping on his morning coffee. So another stolen base for him. He's got 2 in his back pocket today with 2 away.
5th stolen base of the game for the Braves.
So with 2 away and 3 stolen bases for Conrad, he leads off of second, and the second pitch fastball's in there for a strike looking against Hartle. The Kansas Jayhawk playing first base today. One ball, one strike. He kicks and deals. It's a slider, swung on and popped straight back into the net for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Lights coming on here at Durand Park for a 6 p.m. first pitch. And now Conrad's caught over at third in a pickle. They nab him as Murph Gray makes the tag. A heads-up play by Tony Pluta. And he erases one of the best base runners at this ball game. So that retires the side as one is left stranded, and Pluta navigates the top of the order to maintain a 3-run advantage for the Gatemen. That sends it to the away half of the 6th on the 4th of July. It is the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Welcome into our first edition of the Wareham Walk-Off in 2024. And our first guest, as we get to know you, is Tony Pluta, a right-handed pitcher out of Arizona. You ready to roll?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, Tony. Well, you're from Chicago, so what brought you out west to Arizona?
So my recruiting coordinator at Arizona knew my high school coach really well and knows that whole area very well. So it's just kind of how I got connected with them.
Gotcha. So they reached out to you in high school. You told me you topped out at 95 in high school, so pretty easy to get noticed?
Yeah, that definitely helps. But, you know, going to all the tournaments and all that kind of thing helps.
Okay, well, on top of that, you've developed some accolades in your short career in college baseball so far. You were in the Northwoods last year, and then college ball treated you well in 2024. Your spring was pretty fun. How about that Pac-12 championship? What was that like?
It was amazing, especially being the last Pac-12 championship. It was an awesome feeling to win the last Pac-12 game ever.
Yeah, and then Brennan Summerhill, your Gateman teammate, hit the walk-off. So is it cool to share that moment with your Summer teammate as well?
Oh yeah, it's great. Every moment with Summer is something special, so it's great to have a teammate like that.
Speaking of Summer, you've been to a lot of different baseball destinations. This is kind of your first one for an extended period of time out east. Where does Wareham rank all time?
It's pretty great. I mean, the Northwoods was definitely its own thing, but I love Wareham. It's a great spot to be.
Yeah, it's been fun so far. We made it to home plate, so my final question for you, what's the goal this summer?
Just pitch well, throw strikes, and get guys out.
Awesome. Thank you, Tony.
Thanks, Kyle.
That's our first edition of the Wareham Walk-Off. We'll catch you guys next week. Back to baseball on the Gateman Baseball Network. Top 6. First pitch to Murph Gray. Swung on, broken back grounder to the left side. Just foul of third base. Allowed strike 1. As we come back on the away half of this frame, just past midway in this contest, it's the Gatemen and the Bourne Braves. Wareham leads it 7-4. Kyle Marchak with Ethan Eibe, sideline reporters Madison Walker, our producers Joseph Henry and Allison DeWitt. Back and forth ball game as all of the runs for the Braves came in just a couple frames ago, back in the bottom of the 3rd. And then they had 1 run to follow that in the bottom of the 4th. As for the Gatemen, well, they've scored in every inning. 2 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and then finally they got blanked last half inning.
Yeah, it's been the real power stroke that's been around today. 3 homers, Turner, Summerhill, and Jimenez.
6 hits, half of which over the fence. Second pitch is swung on and tipped foul straight back into the net. 0-2. Murph Gray today. RBI ground out, a walk, and then a single. No balls, 2 strikes, first batter, top 6 as Murph Gray calls time. So many festivities outside of just Independence Day at Durand Park today. We had a Gateman grubs sesh. We've met a couple of furry friends. Here's the 0-2 to Gray. Swing and a pop fly center. Charging and losing his hat is Stanfield. He makes the catch at his left shoelace for out number 1.
Nice play there. Never gave up on that one, Stanfield. A lot of effort there to get to it for the out.
Stanfield plays fetch with that one. And another fan of fetch is our doggo of the day, Ethan.
Yeah, Bourbon, a dachshund, belongs to Laura, one of our favorite Gateman volunteers. Always down serving food at the end of every home game, but sometimes she'll bring the dachshund with her.
Swinging a grounder to Bozer. It's roped over to third. Nick Wang picks it up. The throw over to first is dug out by Hartle and in time. Quick ground out for out number 2.
And I just met Bourbon for the first time, and Laura tells me that every time the crowd, erupts and cheers, the dog will bark. And half the time, Bourbon doesn't know who he's cheering for.
A confused but spirited dog. A lot of spirit in the small frame of a brown dachshund who has a little vest on, too. It's adorable.
Yeah, it's a pink vest. Very brown dog.
So the Gatemen, top 6, 2 away, looking for the first base runner in the inning. And here's Putnam watching a first pitch off speed outside. Putnam hit by pitch, ground out and a fly out. He's 0 for 2. 1-0 deal. Breaking ball in the dirt. Two balls, no strikes, and the pitch is upstairs. Oh, no, it's a late called strike, pardon me. At the letters, a fastball sneaks in there. Spoke to Putnam before the game today. 2-1, upstairs, ball 3. He asked me if there were going to be fireworks around, and being from the Northeast, I unfortunately had to inform him that Massachusetts does not legalize fireworks.
You're not kidding?
3-1 pitch off the end of the bat, a little flare foul to the right side. It's a full count, and no, I'm not joking.
Joe Henry, our producer, lives here, and he's confirming that. I'm shocked.
Yeah, it's disappointing, but it is true. So we'll see who has smuggled fireworks into the great state of Massachusetts tonight. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. The pitch to Putnam is upstairs. Another high fastball misses, and working a walk is the Davidson Wildcat.
Now batting.
A lot of free passes from Bourne pitching today. They've allowed 8 as a pitching staff, 7, pardon me, so far this afternoon. So with 2 outs, Putnam finds himself on first. Here's Jacob Jarrell, 1 for 2. He's one of the walk victims, also has a single and a strikeout. Came around to score in that 3 spot in the third on that Brendan Summerhill fly to center. Summertime indeed. Putnam, small lead off of first, and the first offer to the righty is swung on and skied into the gray sky to the right side. Fighting the foul territory and making the catch is Hartle for out number 3. 1 left on base. Gateman still up 3 as we head to the home half of the 6th at Durand Park on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
I couldn't get out, so they stopped the game. Umpires actually had to peel me out of the fence. They had to pull the fence.
And an incredible guest for us today on the pod, in the words of the great Jason Stark, writer, broadcaster, and distinguished former major leaguer, Doug Glanville. Doug, it is terrific to have you on today.
So, any favorite ballparks that you visited while you were in the Cape?
Yeah, I mean, of course, you got to love Spillane Field with like the all dirt infield or whatever you had going there, the darkened dirt. Let me see. Well, Bourne, I didn't like Bourne because one time I slid for a ball. I was doing that cool move where the ball's up against the fence and you slide around it and then pop up and throw. And then I slid and went through the fence. So my leg got caught in the fence and I couldn't do it. I had to roll the ball to the right fielder and I couldn't get out. So they stopped the game. Umpires actually had to peel me out of the fence and to pull the fence.
Oh my God.
So that wasn't a good memory. So Bourne, the fog always rolled in there.
Home half of the 6th at Durand Park in Bourne, Massachusetts. It's a 7-4 Wareham Gatemen advantage, looking for their 3rd win in a row as they stand atop the West at 11-4 on the year. Tony Pluta, 3rd individual frame of relief as he faces the middle of the order now. Nick Wang at the dish. And the first pitch is inside. Ben Hartle, pardon me, the one to lead things off. Hartle 0 for 2, pair of strikeouts. Pluta 1 ball and no strikes. He kicks and fires. And it is a called strike, framed on the inside edge. Pluta, so far today, through 1 1/3, got the last out of the 4th, navigated the 5th just fine, although he did give up a single to Conrad, and here he is, after a caught stealing to finish that frame with just his 6th batter in front of him. Swing and a deep fly crushed out to left center, but fighting the wind and making the grab on a run is the left fielder Reinhardt for out number 1.
Reinhardt had to go a long way for that one. He finished his stride out in center field.
The third baseman.
Just saying hi to his buddies.
Number 29, Nick Wang.
A long-ranging outfield. Summerhill's been electric. Out in center. Does have a diving catch today, although it turned into a couple of runs on a sac fly. 2 of just 4 runs produced by a dwindling Bourne Braves offense. 1 away, and the righty, Nick Wang at the dish. In his debut, as there's a called strike poured in there. He's 0 for 2 so far, ground out and a strikeout. No balls, 1 strike. Pluta from the full, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Pluta turning his torso to the left as he torques a fastball straight over the top. Quickly 0-2. Tony Pluta gets the sign. The 0-2. Swing and a number off the end of the bat. It squibs high into the air. Coming in and making the squeeze for out number 2 is Bozer.
So much soft contact. That is Pluta's calling card.
As we hear from Bourbon the Dachshund again, alongside Laura, one of the head volunteers for the Gatemen. 2 away. Davis Gillespie now 1 for 2. He had a double, went around to score in the 4th. Lone run in that frame. And the deal to the righty, a curveball check swing, called strike. So we talked about a doggo of the day. How about we do a volunteer of the day? I met her yesterday, a nice young lady by the name of Gerlinda Lowe. Made the most delicious potato salad I've ever had. No balls, 1 strike, 2 away. And the first pitch or second pitch fastball is just inside as Gerlinda gives us a little cheer.
Sources confirm it was delicious potato salad.
Per sources. Multiple sources. Delicious potato salad. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pluta kicks and fires a swing and a miss over the changeup. Strike 2.
Always appreciate all the volunteers for the Gatemen. Whatever they do, game day operations, merch sales, food for the players after the games. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes that we don't even know.
And the 1-2 is swung on and popped out to right center, trailing back at the wall, now creeping back in, and making the catch is Summerhill for out number 3. We'll talk more about the volunteers, but right now, putting in that hard work on his own time is Pluta, who cruises through 2 1/3 now, scoreless. We send it to the next half inning, but before we do, let's have a chat with Madison Walker.
Thank you so much, Kyle. I am going to have to agree with you that Pluta looks pretty good out there on the mound. We don't really get to see him as often as I would like, but today has looked really good for him, a good outing. I think he's come in here, he's kept put the scoreless on the board, he's kind of putting us into the momentum that we want to get into. But something that I noticed that I just have to comment on, Gio wearing the United States of America flag, you know, on his gloves, and it's actually Sam White's, who's from Canada, and he wears them during BP, and I'm like, why are you wearing those? You have to wear them on 4th of July. He tells me he's not starting today, but I'll give them to someone to wear them. So I think we got to keep an eye out on Gio he's got to do something cool with those on because Sam gave them to him during BP, right? He's got to do something good.
So Sam White's from Canada, but had American flag gloves?
Yeah, he did. He had he really, really likes Independence Day. His second favorite holiday after Canada Day.
Yeah, and Canada Day was what, 3 days ago?
Yeah, he said that it was good, but he likes 4th of July more. Just kidding. I just made that up. Don't quote that.
Okay, not per sources.
But he does have the gloves, and he did give them to Gio. Let's keep an eye on Gio. He better hit a home run. 4th of July, American flag gloves.
All right. Thank you very much, Madison. Well, that's an interesting story. Sam White owning American flag gloves.
I think I remember him saying they were a gift from somebody. And so, of course, he pays it forward and gives them to Gio Cueto, and light hitting catcher overall, but maybe the star-spangled power will reveal itself.
Yeah, let's hope so. Cueto's still searching for his first hit as a Gateman, and he is due to step up, batting 3rd in this frame. So we head to the top of the 7th on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. That was Madison Walker you just heard from with an inside scoop on the American festivities of a nice 4th of July ball game at Durant Park in Bourne, Massachusetts. The Gatemen lead it by 3 runs as we head to the away half of the 7th. It's 7-4, good guys. Kyle Marchak with Ethan Eibe, and this kid's from the heart of America, from Clemson, South Carolina, and pitching for his hometown team. Or pardon me, he's from up in New York, but going down to the heart of America, it is Justin Legwernick to take over in his first inning of relief this afternoon. So they dip into the bullpen for the 2nd time today. Now, despite kind of a high-scoring afternoon, especially in favor of the Gatemen, who have 3 home runs, a season high as a team in this game, they have kind of gone tit for tat in terms of dispensing arms out of the bullpen.
Yeah, definitely.
So now it's Antonio Jimenez. He's got one of those home runs, the most recent one. It was a solo shot back in the 4th. 7-4, good guys. And the first pitch, lefty on righty. Swinging a line drive, right side it. One hops into the body of the second baseman, Barthel. Tossed to first sidearm and into the chest of the first baseman, Hartle, in time. 1 away. Colby Turner's turn.
Now batting, the right fielder from the University of Michigan.
Hit a solo shot to
12,
start the home run spree back in the 2nd. Walked in the 3rd, came around to score on Summerhill's homer, and then lined out to the 3rd baseman in the 4th. First pitch to him, and a fastball simmers upstairs. Legwernick this year, this is just his 3rd appearance, 1 2/3 to his credit. He's given up 4 earned runs. 1-0, a swing and a miss, and a fastball at the bill of his helmet. He chases the high heat for strike 1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 away. Swing and a miss over the slider back door. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 down. Legwernick dealing. He turns, kicks, and fires. And a changeup simmers away from the plate, now stairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gateman scored 2 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. Second half of that scoring column, 3 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, was matched by the Braves. Otherwise, a bunch of goose eggs from them today. As another off-speed dives in the dirt. Full count. So that's how you have yourselves a 7-4 ball game. Full count, 1 away. Legwernick kicks and fires. Fouled straight back. Bourbon, the Dachshund, continues to cheer along with his team as the next pitch is a called strike 3. Backwards K for out number 2. And Dachshund looks upset.
He was just muzzled by Laura for yapping at the on-deck batter, Gio Cueto, for chasing a foul ball.
And now Bourbon's pouting. It's okay, Bourbon. So, with no one on base, 2 away, it's to Gio Cueto with his American flag gloves. First pitch to him. And front door slider sneaks in there for a strike. 6 strikeouts from Braves pitchers today. 0-1 to Cueto. Down low. Gio Cueto told me his first name in full is Giovanni, as expected. One of the most Italian names I've ever heard in my life. The 1-1 to Giovanni Cueto. Inside out swing, and he flicks it foul to the right side.
Miami native as well. I almost called him Johnny Cueto earlier on accident.
Another famous Cueto in baseball. Fair enough. 1 ball, 2 strikes. LeGuernick looking for his first scoreless frame of 2024. From the full, the 1-2 on the way. Swing and a soft pop right side and into the trees. Foul ball. Gatemen have ran out of material to put together a winning recipe right now. The 1-2. Little pop shot out to right center. It is caught on the stride. Stanfield tracks it down in shallow center field. So that retires the side. 1-2-3 go the Gatemen, and we step into the next frame. Time to stretch on Independence Day. We'll be back in a moment. 7-4 Good Guys on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
PC is a Massachusetts-based leading-edge real estate closing, title, settlement, and personal injury and litigation law firm. Our clients trust us to provide the most comprehensive real estate closing and litigation services in Massachusetts. Our full network of closing and settlement attorneys, agencies, and litigators have expanded throughout New England and beyond. We deliver on that trust and reliance by offering the best professional prompt assistance, advanced technology, and state-of-the-art closing services in the real estate law and litigation business today. Our commitment to excellence, honest reputation, and tradition of aggressive representation to provide quality legal services is what we will continue to demonstrate at Sync Law. We believe and will prove that successfully addressing client needs requires more than just knowledge of the law. It requires a mastery of good representation and an attitude to finalize every transaction to my client's satisfaction. Live life to the fullest and let us Sync Law.
Back in the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Kyle Marchak alongside a new guest. But for now, Patrick Gallet is the one to take over on the bump. And speaking of success in the bump so far this season, one of the better arms both starting and out of the bullpen, we have Tonko Susak out of Arizona joining us. Thank you for joining.
Oh, thank you for having me on.
Well, you secured a save and a win for the Gatemen yesterday in this game 1 of a home-and-home against the Braves. And do you feel a little bit of that rivalry, being crosstown rivals with the Bourne Braves?
Yeah, it's awesome. I know we're going to see them a lot this season, them being some of our rivals in the league. They've had a lot of success here over the past few years, and the success that we're having right now, we're going to have a target on our back no matter what. So to have I believe, did they win it last year?
The Gatemen?
No, did
the Braves won it all? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so you have the reigning champions coming in, facing the first place in the league. It's always going to be a good battle.
Absolutely. Well, you and I chatted early this season about how your name on the birth certificate is Anthony, but you got the name Tonko a pretty specific way, especially from your Croatian descent, which you're very proud of, right?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll dig into that story for this inning, but first, Patrick Gallet, the one to take over. He had a pretty good year at Ole Miss, 6.75 ERA. You guys not in the same conference, so you never crossed paths in the college ranks so far?
No, I haven't crossed paths against Gallet specifically. My freshman year, we did meet up with Ole Miss in a regional in Miami, and they boat raced us. They got us in the opening game of the regional, and then I think they beat us by, 18, 20 runs and knock us out of the regional. But I'm playing here with Gallet. It's been awesome. I really like him a lot. He's a good dude, so I'm always rooting for him.
Kid's a stud. 5 strikeouts in 5 innings so far this year. His first batter, Chris Stanfield. He's 0 for 2 and a first pitch fastball just outside. All right, so Anthony, your birth certificate name, you go by Tonko. After this next pitch from Gallet, I understand that's something from Croatian descent, the 1-0 deal. Check swing. Did he go around? No. All right, 2 balls, no strikes. How did that happen?
Yeah, so I actually had a babysitter when I was a little kid, and I would go over there every day. She was a Czechoslovakian lady named Milka, and she couldn't say the TH. She couldn't say Anthony at all. She'd call me Antoni, and then that
swing and a miss, 2-1.
Started calling me Tony, and then she knew she came up with the name. She didn't come up with a name, but she knew that a Croatian name for people named Tony is Tonko. So then she started calling me Tonko, and my Croatian family loved Tonko, and then it just stuck.
2-1 skips to the backstop. It's ball 3. So it was a young lady that was Czechoslovakian, close enough to Croatia, knew that you were Croatian, right? And then she's like, oh, well, Tonko works.
Yeah, and my almost my whole entire family is Croatian, so they ran with it. They loved it, and it's just I'm literally since I was 2 years old.
3-1 deal, swing and a miss. It runs to a full count as Gallet deals a fastball to the outside edge.
Yeah, it's gotten to a point where like very specific people call me Anthony, or people that are totally unfamiliar with me. So it almost like throws me off when someone calls me Anthony.
Okay.
But
well,
like not in a bad way. Like I'll obviously respond to somebody.
3-2 cut on and missed. High octane stuff for a strikeout. There's one away. Yeah, have you gotten close with Gallet? That bullpen, you guys have such a good chemistry.
Yeah, I know. These guys are awesome. You have all these guys out of the SEC that all get to know each other. They all cross paths all the time. They all have good little stories, and being able to mesh with them and mesh with all the other guys is awesome. But Patty's got good stuff. You know, it's a high ride 4-seam heater that when he gets up into the top of the zone, it's really effective, and he's got a splitter and a curveball to come off of it, and it's a good north-south profile, vertical profile, and he uses it well. Like even those misses right there, like a slider in the dirt, that's a good place to miss with it, you know. And when his heater misses up, it's good. Oh, look who we got hitting, Donis Guzman.
Donis Guzman.
Yeah, University of Arizona catcher.
That's
baby.
a Wildcat.
This is my catcher.
There's a couple of Wildcats on this team. 1 ball, no strike. Here's the pitch, and a fastball's popped straight back. That's your catcher, you're saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously not for the Gateman, but for Arizona. Yeah, he was my catcher all spring.
Right.
He's a good dude. He's an unreal catcher. He's one of the funniest personalities I've ever been around. But
calls a good game?
He calls a great game. Like the last at-bat when Tony was pitching, it was Arizona pitcher.
1-1. It's outside. No, a called strike. 1-2.
Good pitch. And Adonis flew out to Summerhill in center field. So Arizona pitcher, Arizona hitter, and then fly out to the center fielder from Arizona. It was actually pretty cool to watch.
There's a ton of Wildcats here today. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Gallet. He kicks and fires. Swinging a line drive out to right center. Giving chase is that Wildcat. Summerhill, he tracks it down for out number 2.
There it is again. Our
Summerhill's been a stud. He's been a stud.
Summerhill's unreal. It's an unreal bat. It's a good personality. Guy loves the game and goes as hard as he can every time.
Just a ton of Wildcats all over the Cape. Good pipeline.
Yeah, we got 2 more in Hyannis. We've got 6 here total on the Cape.
And moving from the Pac-12 to, is it the Big 12?
We're going to the Big 12, yeah.
Big 12.
It'll be a good move. I'm really excited. I think it's of all of our possible options, that was the best possible option, so I'm really excited for it.
Here's a leadoff, Blake Barthel out of Coastal Carolina. He's 1 for 2 as the first pitch is slapped foul just past the third base bag. 0-1.
It's a good pitch.
So what was that game that you guys in the bullpen were playing pregame?
Hacky sack?
Oh, you guys were just playing hacky sack.
Hacky sack.
So waiting to see the hacky sack busted out this year.
Yeah, guys get bored, and hacky sack's one of the go-to for guys in the bullpen.
Get the feet warmed up.
Yeah, get the hips warmed up. It's always good.
0-1 from the full. Gallet cocks and fires. It's the high heat for ball 1.
Good miss.
2 away. It's the bottom of the 7th at Durand Park. The Gatemen lead it 7-4. We've got one of the star pitchers on this team, Tonko Susak out of Arizona, on the Gateman Baseball Network with us. Here's the 1-1 deal from Gallet. And the off-speed is a called strike at the letters.
There's the splitter. Good pitch.
Is that a new pitch for him? Or?
He's been working on it. I don't think he throws it quite as much as he does the curveball. I could be wrong, but I believe he doesn't. But it's definitely something good to get lefties out. Something fading to the arm side. Definitely helps for lefties. Plays really well off that high heater.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and he rings him up with a fastball at the knees. Good stuff from Gallet, and Tonko, good stuff from you. Thank you very much for hopping on.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
All right, that's Tonko Susak. I'm Kyle Marchak. We'll be back in a moment. 3-run lead, top of the 8th we go on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Jesse Simmons.
I'm Sam White.
And this is Catching Up with the Gateman. All right, Mr. Sam White.
Yes, sir.
West Virginia Mountaineers catcher infielder. It's good to have you today. Thank you for jumping on with me.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And so you had the chance to play for the Canadian Junior National Team.
I did.
Tell me a little bit about that, and being able to represent your country and where your hometown, not only in your country but now in the U.S. at a Power 5 school and here in the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the biggest honor I've ever had. I mean, representing Canada, I played Team USA, played Team Japan, Chinese Taipei, all that stuff. And I mean, like, that's the biggest honor you can have. I mean, every rep that I put in, that was basically for my country.
Hockey.
Yes.
Was that your first love before baseball? You got drafted at one point, had a chance to maybe take a pro hockey career and go that way, but now you're at baseball. What was that like? And give me a little something about that hockey.
Yeah, I mean, hockey, like that's where I met kind of my lifelong friends. I mean,
yeah,
like obviously growing up in Canada, hockey is the sport that everyone plays. It was my first love. I mean, I started playing when I was 5 or 6 years old, like a couple years before I started playing baseball. And yeah, up until I was probably 13 or 14 years old, I was gonna go to the NHL, and that's what that's what I would tell myself.
Top 8 we go at Durand Park in Bourne, Massachusetts, as the Gatemen lead it 7-4 in Game 2 of a home-and-home against their crosstown rivals, the Bourne Braves, on Independence Day. 3-run advantage for the good guys, and it's going to be the exact top of the order, 1-2-3 due up against Justin LeGuernick. Second inning of relief for him. A first pitch front door slider, a called strike at the knees to Brendan Summerhill, who's had a good day at the dish. 2 for 4, a single, and then 1 of 3 home runs hit by the Gatemen today as a team, a season high in 1 contest. The 0-1 deal on the way. Slider out in front, swing and a miss, 0-2.
Yeah, Summerhill's had himself one heck of a night. That 3-run bomb, he's just been hitting the ball so well. Driving it up the middle, that's his strong suit.
0-2. LeGuernick cocks and deals, swinging a chopper, and a bare hand grab by LeGuernick. He bobbles, picks back up, throws to first. The throw is spiked, and safe at first base is Summerhill, who hustles out an infield single.
It was also mishandled at first base by Ben Hartle, never was able to secure the ball.
All sorts of moving parts on that play, but Summerhill's speed this time, one of 5 tools he's got, gives him his 3rd hit of the afternoon.
Now batting. The second
Great conversation you had with Anthony Tonko Susak just the half inning ago.
Tonko's a stud, man. He told me afterward, actually, that this could be a profession he'd like to end up in after baseball, and I told him he's fit for it. Now it's the righty, Bobby Bozer. Pair of walks and a sac bunt. First pitch, a called strike. Fastball firm on the outside edge, 0-1. Runner on first after the single from Summerhill. 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Gatemen have scored all of their runs in the first 4 innings, and a throw over to first nearly skips over the head of the first baseman Hartle, but it stays there. So it feels like the Gatemen were cooking in the first half with all the material they had, and they now run out a little bit of steam, finding more ingredients, you could say. The 0-1 deal and an off-speed is flicked foul. And speaking of ingredients, Ethan, you would not believe what I got out of Mike Mobbs.
What did you get the full recipe of the mob sauce?
The full recipe of the mob sauce, the hidden trick that has gotten players to hit this season and break out of slumps.
I thought it was patent pending. What's going on here?
Could be fraudulent now. 0-2 deal to Bobby Bozer on the way, and a slider is outside. So we'll just give a quick backstory to this. Mob sauce. Mike Mobbs makes a sauce. It's green and slimy every day for lunch. Players are like, what the heck is that about? They have some and they hit. That is the story. 1 ball and 2 strikes in the deal with none away. Swing and a miss. A strikeout for Bozer, 1 away.
We were able to unlock one of the 16 secrets. Bobby Bozer told us that he knew for sure peanut butter was in there, but for now we haven't been able to uncover any of the other 15 until now.
Peanut butter of the organic variety. So I'll run you through the list bit by bit. It's green. So do you have any guess what the first ingredient would be?
Well, before I saw your list there, I was going to say either spinach or kale, so it is spinach.
Both spinach and kale are the 2 main ingredients at the top of this list. Runner on first, and Summerhill goes. First pitch is outside. Throw down to second. Summerhill dives. The tag, not in time as the ball popped loose. Stolen base for Summerhill as he scoots on his second, and it's ball 1 to Murph Gray. So spinach, kale, apple, banana, blueberries. Those are the normal ingredients. The rest are beyond my comprehension as to what value they bring.
Oh, gosh.
Mike Mobbs knows better than the rest of us. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 down, top of the 8th in Bourne, Massachusetts. The deal from LeGuernick, it's outside.
Please, what's the rest?
Green vibrance powder, moringa powder, black maca powder, colostrum powder, collagen peptide. Here's the 2-0. And a changeup dives below the zone, ball 3.
What was that last one?
Collagen peptide.
Yeah.
Misenunciated it.
Very normal thing.
Yeah, whatever the heck that is. Plant-based protein, bone broth protein. Here's the 3-0 deal to Murph Gray, and a fastball kisses the outside edge, a called strike. Then you get some more normal ingredients: whey protein, creatine, good for the body, organic beetroot powder, okay, that's interesting, organic peanut butter, that's normal. And then he said the base is an organic unsweetened almond milk. The 3-1 is swung on and smashed out to right center. Trailing in from the gap and making the catch to his right is Conrad. Tagging from second, scooting on to third. A nice throw, but not in time, as Summerhill will move up 90 feet with 2 away.
Summerhill's lucky the throw was a bit offline. He didn't slide. Might have been out if it was a better throw.
Well, Conrad showing off the arm there. He's got 5 tools as well.
Number 20, Jace.
So yeah, there's 16 ingredients in the special mob sauce.
Well, which one causes the bats to hit the baseballs and make them go far?
I think that just might be the good juju that Mobs puts into it. 2 away, Jace Reinhardt. First pitch, and that one ran inside and hit him on the right thigh. Hit by pitch for him. That's his second time eating a pitch today, and he moves to first. Ouch. Mob sauce is not going to take away the pain. Can't do everything.
Now batting, the first baseman from Davidson College, number 11, Eli Putnam.
So with 2 outs, the corners are occupied, and Eli Putnam steps up to the dish. One of the few to not join the hit parade today. Hapless in 2 tries, a hit by a pitch and a walk as well. First offer, lefty on righty, swung on and popped shallow to right field. Charging over is the second baseman, Barthol, and it drops off his glove. Summerhill scores. Rounding third, they're going to halt the next runner, Reinhardt there, but Putnam stops at first with a run driven in.
What a break there for the Gatemen. A game that's already so tightly contested just broke open a little bit more. Barthol just unable to haul that one in on the move. It's a tough play going over the shoulder, battling the lights, or battling the darkness, and then it just went off his glove.
And I believe they'll score that one as an error. A little pop shot to give the Gatemen an insurance run. It's now 8-4. Corners occupied again, and the lefty deals. It's a pitch, a called strike. Fastball at the letters. Jacob Jarrell at the dish. He's 1 for 3. Oh and 1. And the pitch. Putnam goes, and the slider's down low. They don't even throw to second. So Putnam on to scoring position. Or Reinhardt. No, Putnam, pardon me. Second and third occupied. Infield straight up in the 1-1 deal. Back foot slider misses. Ball 2. Bourbon the Dachshund, as loud as ever behind home plate. Two balls and 1 strike to Jarrell. And LeGuernick kicks and fires. Swinging a sky fly over to right and foul. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. The Gatemen on top by 4 after an error from the second baseman, Barthol. And with 2 outs, they plate an insurance run. Deuces wild in the pitch from LeGuernick. Swing and a miss. Chasing the high heat is Jarrell as LeGuernick finds the hole in his bat to retire the side. But 1 run does come in unearned to the credit of the lefty on the bump. It was a little drop ball from Barthol on a squibber to the right side. So it is 8-4, good guys, as we head to the home half of the 8th. 6 more outs of offense for the Braves, who are down by 4 on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Oh,
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located.
Grady.
An error in the top of the frame gives the Gatemen an insurance run as they put a 1 spot up in the top of the 8th, and they lead it 8-4 over the Braves. We send it to the home half of the 8th on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Second inning of relief, Patrick Galley kicks and deals, showing bunt and pulling back as Clay Grady as a pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. And I'm joined by another special guest. It's Aaron Frew, one of our media interns. Aaron, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
You excited to hop on air for the first time this year?
Oh, yeah, a little nervous, but...
You sound fine. We've been trying to get all the interns on this summer, and you were one of the last few.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That checks out.
1 ball and no strikes, and a fastball misses upstairs to Clay Grady. So how about the experience overall? It's your first summer on the Cape. It's a league that's been so revered for so long, and here we are.
I've been loving it. My dad actually grew up going to these games, so it's kind of like a full circle moment. He's going to come visit, I think, in a few days or so, so it'll be interesting to see him here.
That pitch was outside, so it's 3 balls and no strikes to Clay Grady, who's hapless in 2 tries today. He's also got a walk to his credit. The 3-0, and he pours it in there for a strike. Well, it's also Independence Day, so what are the plans tonight? Are there going to be fireworks anywhere? Illegal at that, since it's in Massachusetts?
I don't know. I heard that there were pretty good fireworks by my host house. So,
okay.
Yeah.
3-1 deal on the way, and a pop foul straight back as Bourbon, the dachshund dog, our doggo of the day, continues to bark. You've gotten intimate with that dog so far.
She's quite the heckler.
Oh, yeah. She likes to talk her smack.
She's so cute.
3 balls and 2 strikes. First batter, bottom of the 8th. Gatemen lead it 8-4, looking to maintain it that way as Galley from the full winds and fires. Fastball swung on and smacked on the ground to the right side, and a worm burner squeezes into right field. Colby Turner picks it up and tosses it back in. It's a leadoff single for Clay Grady. So much going on at the ballpark today between the rain, the tent being pitched, the dog barking. Obviously, you are in charge of a lot of the media outlet for the Gatemen. What is that like?
It's been really good. I just stepped into the position, and I have been really enjoying it because it's definitely something I want to do, like mostly social media and stuff. So, yeah, it's been great, and it's been fun, like making graphics and all that, and yeah.
So a runner on first, kick and a deal, righty on lefty at the dish. Ethan Conrad watches a fastball down low. So you and Lizzie Tassinari are the 2 main media interns,
yes,
right?
Love her. Shout out Lizzie.
Shout out Lizzie. Elizabeth.
Come back.
For long. 1-0 deal. Swing and a squiver to the left side. It's foul. Strike 1. Where did Lizzie go?
She's spending time with family, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Important stuff.
Definitely. Family first, right?
Yeah. Well, you go to the University of Charleston in West Virginia.
Yes, that's correct.
Are you from there?
No, I'm from Orlando, Florida.
Okay.
I went to Rollins College for my undergrad, and I go to the University of Charleston for graduate school. And I'm working as a graduate assistant in the sports info department, and it's been a great experience, learning a lot about sports that I didn't necessarily think I would want to cover, but I actually, one example is men's basketball. I really enjoyed covering that. I thought I was mostly only ever going to really focus on baseball or softball, but I think I'm leaning towards men's basketball in some aspects.
2 balls, 1 strike. No outs, runner on first. Ethan Conrad at the dish. He's had a day, 1 for 2 so far, and the pitch is a called strike on the nope, it's low, pardon me. 3 balls and 1 strike. The home plate umpire, Jake Brickta, looked like he was gearing up to call a strike. And confusion's a part of the sport, too. There's always subjectivity.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you for supporting me on that, Aaron.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
There's that Chick-fil-A coming out of you.
Yeah,
3-1 deal is swung on and lined into shallow right. It drops in for a base hit. Lead runner Grady rounding second and heading into third. He'll stop there. It's back-to-back base runners on back-to-back knocks to start off the bottom of the 8th. So Clay Grady scoots to third. On to first with his second hit of the afternoon is Ethan Conrad. So what called you to the mountains of West Virginia?
Now batting,
so actually, my mom, she worked there as a softball coach for the University of Charleston, and I did an internship with the athletic director, and then it went well, and she offered me the graduate assistant position. So, yeah. I definitely miss Florida, though.
And the undergrad, you went to a school in Florida, is that correct?
Central Florida, called Rollins College. It's a small liberal arts school. Mr. Rogers graduated from there. Fun fact.
Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
First pitch is fouled off to the right side. Here's Braden Holcomb at the dish with the corners occupied. No outs, bottom of the 8th, and he's 1 for 2 today. Mr. Rogers. That's the neighbor guy, right? I should know this.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
him. Our biggest alumni.
Okay. I mean, that's a pretty dang good alumni to have.
Yeah. Just got like a huge $1 million statue of him.
Really?
Yep.
Is he, pardon me, is he still around these days? As the next pitch is outside, ball 1.
I don't believe so.
Okay, well, that's unfortunate.
R.I.P.
But yeah, rest in peace. But his aura still sticks around at the great college.
Definitely.
And that's what I try and embrace on air when we have interns on, is what their colleges are like, because that's the same experience the players bring to the Cape.
For sure. Rollins is beautiful.
1-1 deal, and fastball buzzes the tower. It's up high, ball 2. Corners occupied, still no outs, as Gallet deals in his second inning of relief. So what have been your favorite memories in the Cape so far?
Definitely getting to know all the other interns, and kind of the baseball here has just been amazing to watch, which that's not really a surprise. But just really enjoy baseball, so it's really nice to be able to get out here every day and see it,
Next pitch is upstairs. Gio Cueto is going to have a conversation with Gallet, which means we can continue our conversation here. Any favorite interns other than Lizzie?
Oh, I don't know if I can disclose that information. I love them all. Everyone's great.
Okay. I don't know if we have a ton of interns' parents listening on air. It's just players, parents. And to update the game for those players' parents, the Gatemen are doing well. They're up 8-4. Bottom 8 right now, though Gallet's in a little bit of trouble with essentially the tying runner on deck right now. 2 runners on, and the righty Braden Holcomb at the dish. 3 balls and 1 strike. We'll focus on this pitch and then go back to the conversation. Still no outs, and Gallet sets, kicks, and fires. Fastball popped up right side, and a souvenir for the kids at the ballpark. Full count. Ooh, and that ball doinks into the crowd. How about checking out all the different ballparks? That's been fun.
Yeah, that's definitely been fun. I really like Katuitt. I think that was probably my favorite field.
Cute, very cute ballpark.
I feel like it's so clean. It looks like it should be in like a movie. Like,
right, with the evergreen trees. Yeah.
Very baseball-esque,
So speaking of ballparks that should be in movies, did you go to Chatham?
Yes.
Okay. Did you know that ballpark actually is in a movie?
No, I didn't actually. 3
balls and 2 strikes. The pitch is upstairs, and the bases are loaded now. Well, have you ever watched Summer Catch? It's a movie, a romance about summer ball on the Cape, and it's based on a player playing for the Chatham A's. Did you know that?
Yeah, someone actually told me to watch that movie, so I did because
Now batting, the first
they told me to watch it.
Well, that's very nice of you to watch it since they told you to watch it.
Yeah.
My mother did the same thing. All right, Eric Luxus coming out from the dugout right now, pitching coach for the Gatemen. We'll see if he's either yanking or just having a conversation with Patrick Gallet right now. We have had movement from a righty up in the bullpen for Wareham. We'll see if this is his day, and it is. All right, we're going to step away for a second and come back for a pitching change in the Gateman Baseball Network powered by Cape League TV. Whatever your technology needs are, Secure One can help. Learn more at securone.com. SecureWON.com.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower, the largest private property owner in eastern Massachusetts, and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and stewardship. For 170 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
Attention baseball fans, are you ready to hit a financial home run? PCT Federal Credit Union is here tonight to make your dreams of home ownership and driving off in that new car a reality. Their unbeatable low rates on mortgage and auto loans are a win for everybody. Whether you're rounding the bases to buy your first home or looking to upgrade your ride, PCT Federal Credit Union has got your back. Swing by their tent before you leave or visit their website to learn more about how they can help you step up to the plate and score big on your financial goals.
The AD Makepeace Company also owns and operates Reed Custom Soils, the area's leading manufacturer of custom soils, including CU Structural Soil and Rooflight Certified Green Roof Media. Reed Custom Soil is also a manufacturer and distributor of baseball infield mix and conditioners. To learn more, visit www.reedcustomsoils.com.
Back on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. It's the third arm out of the bullpen today for the Gatemen, who are on top 8-4. Patrick Gallet is responsible for the bases being juiced right now in the home half of the 8th inning. Kyle Marchak still joined by the media intern, one of the heads of that department, Aaron Frew, as Gavin Black will step up. We'll overview him and then continue our conversation. He's had a good year for the Gatemen so far. A young man with a 0 ERA, 8 1/3 innings pitched so far, to the tune of a team 4th best, 10 strikeouts on the year. This kid out of Ole Miss, a bright personality. I'm assuming you've gotten to know his personality a little bit. Hard to miss, right?
Yep, definitely.
So Gavin Black will take over right now. Gallet had a single, another single, and then a walk to load the bases, and Gavin Black will endorse the bases being juiced, and the tying runner stepping up to the dish in the form of Ben Hartle, who's 0 for 3 today, a pair of strikeouts and a fly out to left field. You and I were talking during the break about Bourbon, our doggo of the day, a dachshund owned by Laura, one of the head volunteers for this department, and you said Bourbon's quite the talker. Did you get scared at all?
Oh no, I wasn't scared of her, but I think I scared her. She had a few words for me.
She did. What did she say?
I don't speak dog, but
Okay.
I don't think it was very kind.
Worth the question. Getting to know your personality and the bandwidth of your knowledge. I just assumed maybe you would know dog, but I was incorrect.
Sorry. Yeah, my bad.
It's okay. Hey, we are all trying to learn new languages, right?
Yeah.
Including Bostonian, which is like an accent or dialect in and of itself. At least that's novel to me, and I'm from New York, so.
Nice.
All right, well, here's the first batter, Ben Hartle for Gavin Black. No outs, bases juiced, bottom 8. First pitch. Fastball fouled off the hands to the right side, and it's a strike. Did you notice that at all, the accents around here?
Yeah, there's a lot of accents.
Being from Florida, I would have thought that you and the handful of Floridians on the staff would have an accent too, but just a normal state.
Yeah, no.
0-1 deal, and it's down low. 1 ball and 1 strike as Black pats his navy blue jersey, as if to say, that's my bad, to his catcher, Gio Cueto. So it's a 1-1 count. He kicks and fires. Ooh, and it runs upstairs and actually ricochets off the elbow guard of Hartle, a hit by pitch, and it plates a run. I hate to say it, but I think you brought bad luck.
Oh, I tend to do that. We call it the Frew luck.
The Frew luck?
Yeah, we
is this
don't
a real
have
thing?
Yeah, we don't have the best luck.
And does that carry over to your time at the University of Charleston as well?
No, actually, the softball team made it to the World Series, so that's pretty
right.
cool.
D2 powerhouse, right?
Yeah. So that was exciting. First time in 33 years for my mom.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to do.
0-1 deal, and a first pitch slider is just inside to Nick Wang, making his debut. He's 0 for 3, ground out, strikeout, fly out. The Boston College Eagle with a 280 average in his sophomore season. The next pitch, a fastball framed on the outside edge. It's a called ball, and Gavin Black stands statuesque on the mound, as if to disagree with the home plate umpire, Jake Brichta. So it's 2 balls and no strikes. Hitters count, Black ready, and the deal. Down low, 3 balls and no strikes. 8-5, Gateman, the bullpen at least, allowing the Braves to creep back into this one. A lot of competitive ball games recently, too. Does that make it more fun for your job to cover these games?
It's definitely a lot more fun when your team's winning, so it's really cool, especially when the games are close. You know, I love a good nail biter.
Oh, yeah. 3-0 is in there for a strike, so now 3 balls and 1 strike. Still no outs, bottom of the 8th. Black with a pivotal pitch. It's on the way. Swinging a pop-up straight back. Foul ball for strike 2. So, obviously, you got to keep yourself professional, but, you know, the rules are maybe more lax in the cave. You ever catch yourself cheering for the team out loud?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
But you can't do that when you're in sports information at the University of Charleston.
Oh, I still do.
You still do?
I still do.
Next pitch is fouled off. My bad. I don't know. Different MOs at
No.
each place.
Got to be loyal to your team, huh?
That's right. All right, so a full count now as Gavin Black searches for the first out of the inning. One run has already come in, and the bases are juiced. Righty on righty, he kicks and slings it. It is a called strike 3 on the inside edge. A backwards K for out number 1. Let's hope that good luck snowballs here, huh? So that's strikeout number 9 as once again Dachshund, the Bourbon the Dachshund, continues to cheer for this team without fail. Loud dog over there. So there's one away, and now it's the 7-hole hitter, Davis Gillespie, who's 1 for 2, 1 for 3. Double. And then a couple of flyouts. Base is still juiced. Here's the deal. Slider cut on and missed. 0-1.
Has Lizzie been on here yet?
I don't know if I've had Lizzie on here yet. That's actually, that's a good point. Now that you've done your deed, 0-1 is down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. I suppose that Elizabeth Tassinari is going to have to hop on the air.
Yeah, it's like a game of popcorn.
Right. Toss it to her next.
Yep.
Have you played that game before?
No, I just remember doing it for popcorn reading, you know?
Oh, that's right. 1-1 is swung on. It's topper to the left side. In the hole, gobbling it up. The shortstop, Jimenez, throw across the diamond. It is not in time to first base. And a run scores an infield single. And it's now an 8-6 ball game. The Braves are back within 2.
Antonio committed to UCF. That's like right down the road for me.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And a very new commitment, too. I interviewed him about it yesterday. Said it was the coaching staff that did it for him, and akin to why he went to Wareham as well. Now, having good coaches, that's another component of your job, right?
Definitely.
Now, I'd imagine that's really easy, considering your mom is one of the coaches at the University of Charleston. One away, swung on in line, through the hole into left field. 1 run's going to score. Picking it up in left field is Reinhardt. The toss to home plate. It's cut off. Game-tying RBI knock. 8-8 score, and Chris Stanfield comes through on the first pitch. Eight all in the bottom of the 8th. Offensive ball game at Durand Park.
The catcher from the University of Arizona.
So your mother, what is her position? Is she the head coach the whole thing?
Yeah, she's the head coach. She actually is returning to her where she graduated from, Eckerd College. They reached out to her, and yeah, she's moving back to Florida, St. Petersburg area. Very excited to see her what she does with that program too. She was at the University of Charleston for 3 years, and she got them to the World Series. So lots of great girls there too.
So 4 runs have come into this inning in the bottom of the 8th, and it's an 8-8 score. 1 away, and the 1-0 deal is outside and squibs all the way to the backstop under the backhand mitt of Gio Cueto. Wild pitch or a pass ball, regardless, the runners move up 90 feet, and with 1 away, the Gatemen are in serious trouble. Tie ball game, and 2 runners in scoring position. Davis Gillespie moves to third. Chris Stanfield on to second. Your mother's the head coach of a D2 powerhouse and now skips on over to Eckerd College. What division is that?
It's Division II. It was actually in the same conference as Rollins, which she also coached at. You know, I just follow her. I love her, you know.
But I like it.
Yeah.
Are you going to Eckerd?
No.
Okay.
Gonna finish it out at University of Charleston.
End somewhere.
Yep. But looking forward to move to St. Pete. We just sold our house. It's gonna be weird though because I haven't gone back to my house, and now it was just sold. You know, childhood house.
Yeah. So I guess it's nice that you're working in baseball this summer. You played softball in high school, and then you've stayed around the softball realm, considering your mother is obviously a softball mind, being a D2 head coach with a storied career, it appears, so far after a national championship.
Yeah, I really look up to her. She's a great coach, and my dad actually is the assistant coach, so it's like a whole family thing.
That is adorable.
Yeah, and so it's just really fun to see them. They work really hard.
So do your parents ever argue over coaching decisions and stuff like that?
Definitely. But that's okay.
All right, so 2 runners on, both in scoring position. Infield in, 1 away. Gavin Black dealing right now as the Gatemen have allowed a tying run inning. And the first pitch is fouled off to the right side.
Now pinch running on third base for the Braves, number 14, Landon Viderick.
Landon Viderick will come in and pinch run for the runner on third, Davis Gillespie. as Adonis Guzman battles here. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 away. Black kicks, fires. Swinging a pop-up right side, out of play. Levels to a 2-2 count.
Yeah, the other day my dad even shot me a text and was like, you got to get the shutout here when we defeated them 4-0. So it's really cool to see that they're following along with us as well.
Real Diamond Sports minds.
Yeah.
It's a family thing, right? It just, everyone likes baseball and softball. They'll stick with it. The 2-2 is a curveball spiked in the dirt, a full count.
How can you not love baseball?
That's what they say. Are you a Moneyball fan?
Yeah, it's a great
movie. My goodness. We should get the interns together and watch Moneyball together.
Let's do it.
I love it. All right, full count, 1 away. On the 4th of July, fireworks have sprang here in the bottom of the 4th. It's an 8-8 score as the Braves tie it back up. The 3-2 is swung on and grounded hard. It's gobbled up by the third baseman. Tossed to home. The tag. Cueto gets it to go. Nice play by Murph Gray for out number 2 to cut down that go-ahead runner at home plate. So with 2 away, it's first and second occupied now. And Gavin Black will face the leadoff hitter, Blake Barthel.
Now batting, the second
big play to chop him down at the plate. Something your dad would cheer?
Blake Barthel.
Yep.
All right, so it's Blake Barthel's turn out of Coastal Carolina. The Chanticleer is 1 for 3 today. A single, a walk, a fly out, a strikeout. Man, I chose a terrible inning to have you join us.
I was just about to say that.
I'm like trying to have a conversation with you, but there's so much baseball going on. And at the end of the day, that is my job.
Yeah, I was nervous coming into it, too. I was like, let's have a 1-2-3 inning here, boys.
I had Tonko Susak on a couple half innings ago, and that was a quick frame.
Yeah.
8-8 score, 2 away, first pitch to the lefty. Swung on, hard grounded to the right side. The worm burner right into the mitt of the second baseman. Bozer tossed to first is in time to retire the side. And finally, our conversation is concluded as the Gatemen allow 4 runs to come in. The ball game is tied, and we head to the top of the 9th. The Gatemen try and take a lead on the 4th of July. Aaron, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. All right, that's one of the lead media interns of the Gatemen. I'm Kyle Marchak. We'll step away for a moment, come back in a tie ball game on the Gatemen Baseball Network powered by Cape League TV.
I'm Jesse Simmons.
And I'm Brendan Summerhill.
And this is Catching Up with the Gatemen. All right, so Brendan, junior, Arizona. From Chicago, though. Tell me a little about that. You said we talked about you grew up not far from Wrigley Field. What was that like growing up?
Yeah, a mile away from Wrigley. It was special. When the Cubs won in 2016, I really realized how cool it was to be a Cubs fan.
Right.
The entire north side of the city was partying for like, a week straight. I was in 7th grade. School got canceled the next day. We all got to go to the parade. It was super fun.
It's easy to say that. Did that grow your love for baseball early on, and being able to be a part of that and so close to an MLB team?
Absolutely.
You know, it's hard not to want to get into baseball, right?
It's just, there's something about baseball that there's nothing else like it.
Right. Was there an MLB player that you...
108 years, you don't win a World Series.
Right.
And then they win it, and everyone goes crazy. It was fun. It was super cool.
Was there an MLB player that you emulated your swing? You know, you play outfield. We talked about Ellie De La Cruz. You emulate that. Was there a different player growing up that you wanted to be like?
I always like to watch YouTube videos like Ken Griffey Jr. He's probably my favorite hitter to ever watch. I wouldn't necessarily say I emulated my swing off his, but
8-8 score, and on Independence Day, no team stands independent with a lead after a 4 spot in the bottom of the 8th. We head to the top of the 9th, and it is a tie ball game between the Wareham Gatemen and the Bourne Braves, who just tied things back up. So 3 outs to work with for the Gatemen to take a lead here. Kyle Marchak rejoined by the usual partner, Ethan Eibe, as Justin LeGuernick looks for an inning of relief, his 3rd one at that, or pardon me, it's going to be a new lefty on the bump for the Bourne Braves. We'll get that name in just a second, but a rough last half inning from the pitchers there.
Yeah, that was just not the ideal inning. The first time we've really seen this bullpen allow major damage, like all season, I would say. This is the first time they've allowed more than 3 runs in a single inning. So Gavin Black there came on in relief after Patrick Gallet loaded the bases, a couple of singles and a walk, loaded the bags, and then a hit by a pitch got things started. A couple of key hits as well. First time we've seen some major damage, but now let's test the clutch. of this team. We saw it here at Bourne earlier last month. Let's see if they can do it again, Kyle.
Gatemen have 8 hits to their credit, 3 home runs. One of them a 3-run home run from Brendan Summerhill. Another one, a solo shot from Antonio Jimenez, who steps up to the dish to lead things off in the 7-hole in the top of the 9th. Zach Crotchfeld to take over on the bump. The lefty out of Auburn kicks and fires to the righty from UCF, and it's a fastball upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Crotchfeld's had a rough outing so far in his first season in the Cape. 18.9 ERA in just 3 1/3. He's allowed 7 earned runs. He's ready as he leathers the chest. 1-0, he corks and fires. And it's fouled straight back, 1-1. 2 in the first for the Gatemen, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and then 1 sprinkled in just last inning. As for the Braves, it was 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and then 4 coming in just last half inning as well. That's how you have yourselves an 8-8 score on the 4th of July. The Gatemen looking for their 3rd win in a row. 1-1 deal, lefty on righty, the pitch on the way. Fastball cut on and whiffed. 1-2.
Gatemen have seen Crotchfeld before. It's back on June 22nd here at Bourne. 1 inning, he allowed 3 runs.
First batter, top 9. Crotchfeld nods, kicks and fires. Swinging a line drive out to right center. It drops in for a base hit, rolls all the way to the track. Cutting it off in the gap and making the throw in is Stanfield as Jimenez watches the throw simmer in. He'll halt his brakes over at first and track in there with a leadoff single.
That's key there for Stanfield to chase that ball down as quick as he did. Otherwise, Jimenez was definitely going to try to take 2. Holds him to a single here. A nice piece of hitting by Antonio going to the opposite way.
Great piece of hitting, just 90 feet. And Jimenez cashes in with his 2nd hit of 5 attempts today. So now another guy who has a home run to his credit. Colby Turner hit a solo shot in the 2nd. Since then, a walk, a line out, and a strikeout. He's got a runner on first, the go-ahead guy, Jimenez. Lefty on righty once again, and a curveball dives into the dirt and hits the left leg of Colby Turner. A hit by pitch, 1st and 2nd occupied now.
This is the ideal start. Let's see if those star-spangled batting gloves can come through here for Gio Cueto.
Yeah, what a story by our sideline reporter, Madison Walker. American batting gloves, borrowed by one of 2 Canadians on the team, Sam White, who plays for West Virginia. But Cueto, out of Stetson, who's hitless in 4 tries today, has a chance to take the lead. First pitch, he shows bunt and misses as he stabs at a fastball down the middle. Strike 1.
Cueto's 0 for 4, still searching for his first hit as a Gateman. Just his 2nd start.
On first is Turner. On 2nd is Jimenez. Back and forth ball game and now tied up in the top of the 9th. LeGuernick ready. He cocks and trebuchets a fastball that slings upstairs and a bunt attempt missed on. Nope, pulling back just in time is Cueto. So it's a ball, 1-1. No outs. Crotchfeld ready. And the 1-1 offering. He shows bunt and pops it foul to the right side as he tried to pull back but couldn't do it in time. It's 1-2.
See if he squares up here with 2 strikes or if he tries to take a hack.
2 ducks on the pond as the sky dims to a black here at Doran Park. 1-2. Crotchfeld fires. Swing and a miss. Caught him through the fastball and down on strikes for the 3rd time today is Cueto to send it to the top of the order, 1 down.
Well, not ideal, but you still have a great situation here. 2 on, less than 2 outs. One of your top hitters coming up in Summerhill.
Brendan Summerhill, the 3rd recipient of a home run, and it was a 3-run jack back in the 3rd inning. Started his day with a single, lined out deep to center in 2nd, made the correction and flew it to center field for a home run in the 3rd. Since then, a fly out and then another single. First pitch to the lefty out of Arizona, on the way. And a front door slider sneaks in there at the letters, a called strike. Crotchfeld sets, looks to second, now to home, and the offering on the way. Fastball cut on and missed. Chasing it way upstairs is Summerhill. Strike 2.
Challenged him with that one up high. Got him to bite. See if he stays with that eye level or if he goes down low.
0-2. And a toss over to second from Crotchfeld. Nothing doing. Oh, 0-2 count. And now going out to the mound to chat with his pitcher is Guzman, a buddy of Summerhill's as an Arizona Wildcat. And Tonko Susak, who was on the broadcast with us an inning or so ago, told me that Guzman is a well-trusted catcher for the Wildcats, so he's probably giving good advice to his pitcher Crotchfeld on the bump. Now they reset. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, 2 runners on, top 9, tied ball game. And the deal to Summerhill is fouled straight back. Staying alive is the Arizona Wildcat. Remains 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Crotchfeld, ball and glove at the letters. He gets the sign and deals. Down low. Summerhill watches it for ball 1. One ball and 2 strikes. To the sound of rhythmic fireworks in the background here at Dorn Park. Summerhill looking for one of his own once again. 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. He got him with a high heat. Back-to-back Ks after allowing the first 2 runners on. And now with 1 out to work with in a tie ball game, it's Bobby Bozer who steps up.
Well, not ideal there for Summerhill. Still battled in that at-bat, but now it'll be up to Bobby.
And one could say he's due. Sack bunt, pair of walks, a line out, and a strikeout swinging in that order. So he steps up to the dish for the 6th time today. He's got the go-ahead guy on second base. An insurance run on first, and with 2 down, he looks to make a difference. First pitch. And an off-speed misses outside. It's ball 1.
He's got plenty of speed out there at second base with Jimenez. Any ball to the outfield likely could score him.
Crotchfeld ready. 1-0 on the way. Swung on and lined out to deep right center field. Going back at the wall, reaching up and making the catch on the track to retire. The final out is Stanfield. A loud final out of the frame to keep it tied. And now the Braves maintain a tie score as we head to the bottom of the 9th. We'll be back in a moment on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Welcome into our first edition of the Wareham Walk-Off in 2024. And our first guest, as we get to know you, is Tony Pluta, a right-handed pitcher out of Arizona. You ready to roll?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, Tony. Well, you're from Chicago, so what brought you out west to Arizona?
So my recruiting coordinator at Arizona knew my high school coach really well and knows that whole area very well. So it's just kind of how I got connected with them.
Gotcha. So they reached out to you in high school. You told me you topped out at 95 in high school, so pretty easy to get noticed?
Yeah, that definitely helps. But, you know, going to all the tournaments and all that kind of thing helps.
Okay, well, on top of that, you've developed some accolades in your short career in college baseball so far. You were in the Northwoods last year, and then college ball treated you well in 2024. Your spring was pretty fun. How about that Pac-12 championship? What was that like?
It was amazing, especially being the last Pac-12 championship. It was an awesome feeling to win the last Pac-12 game ever.
Yeah, and then Brendan Summerhill, your Gateman teammate, hit the walk-off. So is it cool to share that moment with your Summer teammate as well?
Oh yeah, it's great. Every moment with Summer is something special, so it's great to have a teammate like that.
Speaking of Summer, you've been to a lot of different baseball destinations. This is kind of your first one for an extended period of time out east. Where does Wareham rank all time?
It's pretty great. I mean, the Northwoods was definitely its own thing, but I love Wareham. It's a great spot to be.
Yeah, it's been fun so far. We made it to home plate, so my final question for you, what's the goal this summer?
Just pitch well, throw strikes, and get guys out.
Awesome. Thank you, Tony.
Thanks, Kyle.
That's our first edition of the Wareham Walk-Off. We'll catch you guys next week. The righty out of Ole Miss will take over for his second inning of relief after the Gatemen get blanked in the top half of the ninth. They head into the home half of the ninth as the Bourne Braves look to get their first walk-off win of 2024. 8-8 score on Independence Day on the Gateman Baseball Network. Gavin Black in his second inning of relief, and he had a rough previous inning where a 4-spot came in to tie the game up for the Braves. So first pitch to the righty. The 2-hole hitter watching a strike. 0-1. It's Grady at the dish. Clay Grady singled in that 8th inning, started that 4-spot.
Look for a bounce-back effort here. You know Gavin wants it.
0-1. Curveball swung on and lined into shallow center. Summerhill trotting on and making the catch. Out number 1. So now that we are threatened by our first opportunity to possibly go to extras, knock on wood, we will mention the extra innings rules on the Cape. Nothing different, but there is a minimum, right? You only go 1 extra inning. After 10, it could be a tie. Kick and a deal. First pitch fastball upstairs to Ethan Conrad, a guy that he probably does not want to pitch to right now.
Absolutely not. Conrad is the best bat in this Braves order, and he has been given Gateman pitching fits over the last 2 games here.
1 ball and no strikes. He's 2 for 4 today. And the next pitch is a fastball on the inside edge. 2-0.
And that cap on extra innings rule likely in place just to protect pitchers. After all, this is still a developmental league.
And we've seen it a couple times already. Arms pulled, maybe just for innings. 2-0 deal on the way, and a fastball pinpoint on the inside edge. 2-1.
Bourne, a team that doesn't really hit home runs much, but Conrad does have 1 of the 3.
The Gatemen were up by as much as 4 today. The 2-1 deal and a backdoor curveball backs up out of the zone. It's ball 3. But then a 4-spot in the bottom of the 8th, and the Braves come storming back on the 4th of July. Can they pull through and snap a 2-game winning streak of a red-hot Wareham Gatemen squad atop the West? The 3-1 deal and a curveball is just off the outside part of the plate. Conrad walks aboard. He represents the winning run on first base with 1 away.
Now batting, the designated
Not upset at that approach. You have to be careful with a guy like Black.
Braden Holcomb.
So Gavin Black now deals with Braden Holcomb, who's walked twice, has an RBI single and a fly out. He's 1 for 2. Braden Holcomb out of another strong program, Vanderbilt, facing a guy from one of the perennial powerhouses in the SEC as well in Mississippi State. So their product, Gavin Black, looks to deal. First to pick off the first, slamming the tag, but not in time, is Putnam. The tension palpable at Doran Park. With 1 away, Gavin Black has 4-5-6 due up. Another toss over to first, not in time. Not your average ball game. The Gatemen with 6 hits, half of which have been home runs. Yet, the bullpen allows, on 8 hits total, the Braves to crawl back into it, a tie score as the first pitch buzzes the tower upstairs and inside. Braden Holcomb watches ball 1 simmer by the bill of his helmet. It's a 1-0 count. Black quickly ready. 1-0 deal. And a fastball poured in there for strike 1. Pick off to first, not in time again. Holcomb leads this team, the Bourne Braves, in stolen bases with 10 on the year already. And he's played half as many games as many on this roster. 1-1 deal. Front door curveball will get me over for strike 2.
Black's got to continue to trust that off-speed stuff. You know that fastball can pair well. Just got to continue to locate.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down, bottom 9 at Doran Park in Bourne, Massachusetts. Here's the deal. Curveball swung on and missed. Strikeout for out number 2.
Terrific pitch there from Black. Went back to the off-speed,
Now
kept it down, got him to chase.
Kansas, number 25.
10 strikeouts for Gateman pitchers today. as they've navigated an all of a sudden hot Braves lineup. And now they go to the 5-hole hitter, Ben Hartle, out of Kansas. He struck out twice today with a fly out and a hit by pitch most recently. Runner goes, first pitch, a called strike, and dropping the ball on the exchange there is Cueto. So swiping second easily is Conrad.
4 stolen bases for Conrad today. Damage with the bat, damage with the legs, and that's a gutsy move there, but that's one you got to take. You've already swiped 3, go for another, and now they're a base hit away from winning this thing.
Winning run on second base, 0-1 the pitch to Hartle. Curveball low, he spits on it for ball 1. One deal. Fastball swung on, tap to the left side, foul. Got on top of the fastball. Well, if he's pulling the fastball, does he pull the string on the off-speed here, Ethan?
I think you have to. That's what's been working for you.
1-2 with 2 away, bottom 9. And the deal. Curveball spiked in the dirt once again. Cueto stops it and rolls it to the right side as he picks it up, and that's ball 2. 2-2 count with Ethan Conrad dancing around on second base. He represents the winning run.
The Gatemen suffered 5 walk-off losses in 2023.
None this year. Just 4 to their credit, a third of the way through the season. Two and 2 on the way. Called strike 3. Black rings him up with a glance over to the Braves dugout. So now we send it to the top of the 10th. Last inning of baseball in Bourne, Massachusetts, as chatters come from both dugouts. And I think the Gatemen want to win it on the road as we send it to the next frame. It's Extras at Dorn Park on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
I couldn't get out, so they stopped the game. Umpires actually had to peel me out of the fence. They had to pull the fence.
And an incredible guest for us today on the pod, in the words of the great Jason Stark, writer, broadcaster, and distinguished former major leaguer, Doug Glanville. Doug, it is terrific to have you on today.
So, any favorite ballparks that you visited while you were in the Cape?
Yeah, I mean, of course, you got to love Spillane Field with like the all dirt infield or whatever you had going there, the darkened dirt. Let me see. Well, Bourne, I didn't like Bourne because one time I slid for a ball. I was doing that cool move where the ball's up against the fence and you slide around it and then pop up and throw. And then I slid and went through the fence. So my leg got caught in the fence and I couldn't do anything. I had to roll the ball to the right fielder and I couldn't get out. So they stopped the game. Umpires actually had to peel me out of the fence and to pull the fence.
Oh my God.
So that wasn't a good memory. So Bourne, the fog always rolled in there.
The Gatemen pour in all of their runs in the front half of this game. They get 8 on their board, with 3 home runs to their credit on 6 hits in the afternoon. They led by as much as 4 today in Game 2 of a home-and-home, now on Independence Day against their crosstown rivals, the Bourne Braves. But the Braves, with a 4 spot in the bottom of the 8th, tie things up, and Gavin Black shuts the door on the Braves offense in the 9th. So here we are for the first time in 2024 in extra innings, and it's on Independence Day. Kyle Marchak alongside Ethan Eibe as the new arm on the bump is a lefty out of Vanderbilt. Coming in, J.D. Thompson, sophomore from the helm of Nashville, Tennessee. And, well, just a small sample size. Game 2 for him, and he's going to have a tough part of the order to navigate here.
Absolutely. This is the part of the order that you want up if you're the Gateman. Murph Gray, Reinhardt, and Putnam. Land of the free, home of the brave, free baseball. That was already free, but now you get one more free inning.
The third baseman from Fresno State.
Liberated baseball at that. But the
Murph
Gatemen trying
Gray.
to free up their swings right now. They've only scored 1 run in the past 5 innings. as opposed to the 7 they poured in the front half. They jumped on that starter. Arriola got knocked out of the game in less than 3 innings. But now it's the lefty J.D. Thompson in his second appearance. And right now we have Ryan Smythe coming out of the dugout to ask a question to the...
Bobby Bozer is starting this inning on second base. They
That is
do
right.
have the runners, the ghost runner, I should say, on second to begin the 10th inning.
First pitch to Thompson, swing and a miss. So they still adopt something that's been conflicted at in the major league level and actually taken away. The extra inning ghost runner on second base. Bobby Bozer stands there as he was the last out of the 9th. Thompson ready. On the way. Curveball swung on and popped to shallow center field. Bozer retreats to second. Standing under it is Stanfield. He makes the catch. Bozer's going to tag. Stanfield throws. It is on line, but not in time as Bozer slides in feet first in a productive at-bat from Murph Gray to move the go-ahead run up 90 feet.
It was a terrific throw from Stanfield, but just a bit wide right. Bozer left immediately as the catch was made, and he made it there.
Batting, the left fielder from West
So go-ahead guys,
Virginia
90 feet away with one away.
Jace Reinhardt.
A fly out from Murph Gray, and now it's Jace Reinhardt's turn. Couple of hit by pitches, couple of strikeouts, and a ground out. 0 for 3 today. J.D. Thompson turns and deals upstairs. Thompson in a small sample size, 1 earned run in 1 inning. Just his second appearance this year, and comes in a big spot. Set at the belt, Coxon fires. And a fastball runs way off the dish and into the left-handed batter's box for ball 2. How about the energy? Now, the Gatemen are a competitive team. This is a squad that wants to win, but I have not seen this level of tension and competitiveness out of the dugouts before.
Yeah, they are certainly hooting and hollering over there.
Hitters count. The 2-0 with the infield in, and a curveball spikes in the dirt, ricochets away from the catcher Guzman. He watches it as it rolls to the right side, and staying at third is Bozer.
Thompson hasn't given Reinhardt anything to bite at in this at-bat, and just trying to get him to chase, but Reinhardt has shown some terrific discipline here.
Lefty on righty. To Reinhardt, the West Virginia Mountaineer. Bozer stands on third. 3 balls and no strikes. Thompson kicks and delivers. And a fastball's in there. No, it's off the plate. Ball 4, and scooting on to first to give the next at-bat to Eli Putnam.
It's a close one to take, but when you're down 3-0, or you're up 3-0 rather, that's what you have to do, and Reinhardt now makes it first to third.
The first baseman from Davidson College.
Putnam, who's gone a little cold at the dish in the past couple of games. Yesterday, went 0 for his last 3, but started the day off with a double. He's now 0 for his last 7. First pitch to the righty out of Davidson. He cuts and misses at a fastball down the middle. Today, a hit by pitch, a ground out, a fly out, a walk, and an error from second base. Go ahead run on third. Insurance guy on first with 1 down, top of the 10th. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-2.
Don't try to do too much. Just put the ball in play. That's what Putnam has to be thinking to himself right now.
0-2 deal.
Preferably in the air.
Get something up. Move Bozer in. No balls, 2 strikes. Thompson peeks to first. Now to home. And the delivery is outside. And the Braves dugout. Visceral reaction.
I don't really blame them. Those are really close pitches.
A 1-ball, 2-strike delivery on the way with 1 down. Thompson loads and throws. Outside, ball 2. Sounds of fireworks in the background. Late into the night on Independence Day. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 away, top 10 in the pitch. Runner from first goes, swing and a miss. It's a strikeout, no throw to second. So Reinhardt moves into scoring position with Bozer chilling over at third, but a strikeout is out number 2. And now the bat lies on the shoulders of Jacob Gerald.
Now batting, the DH from Clemson University, number 3, Jacob
Good job by Reinhardt to
Gerald.
take the extra 90 feet. Fortunately, Putnam just couldn't put it in play here. Now a mound visit.
Landers coming out of the dugout. Head coach of the Bourne Braves. He's going to have a chat with, I guess you could say, a closer in the form of J.D. Thompson. Not your typical ball game, and one that the bullpen has wavered in, Ethan.
Yeah, and that's not been something you see typically out of the bullpen for the Gatemen that has been so strong, especially to start this season and as of late. Gavin Black coming on after Patrick Gallet loaded the bags in the 8th inning. Unfortunately, got knocked around a little bit. The first time we've seen any give to a large extent out of the pen. But now it's testing the mettle of this Gateman team that knows how to come back late in games.
Jacob Gerald does have a hit today. Came around to score on that 3-run jack from Summerhill back in the 3rd. Otherwise, 3 putouts. He's 1 for 4 with a walk to his credit as well. The Clemson Tiger, first pitch to the righty. He swings and misses out in front on an off-speed. Gerald, 292 clip at the dish coming into this game. This is his 7th appearance for the Gatemen. Good first week of baseball in the Cape. Looking to put the cherry on top. Here's the 0-1. Simmers upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Think he's sitting fastball here?
Honestly, I don't think so. Slider.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. And a fastball runs outside and off the dish for ball 2.
Gerald knows how to hit at this park as well. Homered here in his debut late last month.
In his first game as a Gateman, he made a difference on a 2 for 4 afternoon. He had a single and a home run. Now, in his return to this ballpark, he looks to prove the tenure of 6 more games under his belt in the Cape League, and has a chat with the hitting coach Mike Mobbs. Mobbs with some mobbism there. Let's see it rub off on Jacob Gerald. 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 away. Go ahead runner on 3rd. Here's the pitch. It's a called strike at the knees on the outside edge.
It's a nice challenge pitch there from Thompson.
2-2 with 2 down. Gerald down to his last strike. Thompson delivers, and it's down low. Ball 3, and a big pitch to take. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Top of the 10th, the last chance for the Gatemen to secure a win, as they have allowed the Braves to tie it back up. It's an 8-8 score in their first game of extras. Thompson delivers to Gerald. Swing and a miss. Strikeout to retire the side, and now the Braves are the last ones to have a shot at securing this game. They could walk it off for the first time in 2024. It's a tie ball game as we head to the bottom of the 10th at Doran Park and the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Jesse Simmons.
I'm Sam White.
And this is Catching Up with the Gatemen. All right, Mr. Sam White.
Yes, sir.
West Virginia Mountaineers catcher infielder. It's good to have you today. Thank you for jumping on with me.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And so you had the chance to play for the Canadian Junior National Team.
I did.
Tell me a little bit about that, and you know, being able to represent your country and where your hometown, not only in your country but now in the U.S. at a Power 5 school and here in the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the biggest honor I've ever had. I mean, representing Canada, I played Team USA, played Team Japan, Chinese Taipei, all that stuff. And I mean, like, that's the biggest honor you can have. I mean, every rep that I put in, you know, that was basically for my country.
Hockey.
Yes.
Was that your first love before baseball? You got drafted at one point, had a chance to maybe take a pro hockey career and go that way, but now you're in baseball. What was that like? And give me a little something about that hockey.
Yeah, I mean, hockey, like that's where I met kind of my lifelong friends. I mean,
yeah,
like obviously growing up in Canada, hockey is the sport that everyone plays. It was my first love. I mean, I started playing when I was 5 or 6 years old, like a couple years before I started playing baseball. And yeah, up until I was probably 13 or 14 years old, I was gonna go to the NHL, and that's what that's what I would tell myself.
Bottom of the 10th, we go. As the Gatemen have allowed the Braves to creep back in it, it's an 8-8 score, and the Bourne Braves on the 4th of July remain the last team with a chance to win a ball game. 3.5 hours later, and the final pitcher to come out of the bullpen for the Gatemen today is Lucas Malstead, a 1.5 ERA. It's been a good season for this righty out of Clemson so far, and he steps up with a big opportunity to at least salvage a tie, Ethan.
Yeah, Malstead, this is a guy that you definitely can trust in these situations. It's unfortunate that, we wouldn't be able to see a proper conclusion to this game if Malstead is able to blank the Braves here. Of course, just one extra inning allowed in Cape League play, so the Gatemen's best opportunity here is to walk away with a tie.
A couple of substitutions. Their extra base runner to start off their half of offensive extra innings is Isaiah Jackson on second. He replaces Ben Hartle. And Garrett Michel, who wasn't in the lineup today, will pinch hit for the debuting Nick Wang. So Michel, the first batter, and the Braves with the winning run on second base. Lucas Malstead has held hitters to a 143 average so far through 6 innings in his inaugural Cape season. First pitch to Michel, and it runs inside, ball 1. Malstead ready. And a pickoff over to second. He doesn't throw, and the runner stranded. Now Malstead chasing Jackson over to third. Murph Gray gets the tag. No, the ball pops loose. Flip to third. It is in time to get him. No, he's safe. Trying to place the tag was Malstead as he covered Murph Gray in a bad flip. Complete chaos, and somehow Isaiah Jackson evades it. The winning run is 90 feet away.
Murph Gray applying that tag when the ball popped loose, and that's why Ryan Smythe is out, and he is screaming at the third base umpire right now.
Smythe in the face of the third base umpire, Letizio. Smythe is livid right now. The base runner almost swatting at the arms of Murph Gray, who I tried to place the tag. The ball popped loose, and somehow getting an extra 90 feet out of a complete gaffe over at second base. The winning run is 90 feet away now.
Jackson was dead in the water. Infield in.
Infield in. First batter of the inning, no outs. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1 as Malstead looks to get a pivotal hold on an 8-8 tie. One deal. And a changeup is in there for strike 2. Malstead peers in for the sign with the infield in. He sets, kicks, and deals the 1-2. It's just inside. Beautiful pitch by Malstead, but he can't get it over. It's a 2-2 count. Pitch inside. Full count. First batter of the bottom of the 10th. Braves looking to get their own fireworks on the 4th of July. Garrett Michel called upon. The pitch to him. Called strike 3. Backwards K for out number 1. A huge one at bat for Malstead. There's 1 down.
That slider is just so nasty. Starts outside to lefties, finishes at the knees. Pairing that with a changeup in that at-bat was killer.
So now it's Landon Vitterick.
Now batting.
Called upon here. Was a substitution.
14, Landon Vitterick.
Back in the 8th inning. He comes in for his first AB today. And now Eric Luxus coming out to the mound to have a chat with his pupil. Just about everything you could ask for in the occurrence of one 9-inning and now 10-inning baseball game has happened today, Ethan.
Yeah, just about it. We've seen bombs. We've seen some incredible defensive plays, defensive miscues, pickles. Oh, man. Dogs even.
Dogs. And hopefully afterward, a nice showing of fireworks in the only state of all 50 that does not legalize it recreationally.
That makes no sense to me.
I struggle with it too.
Wasn't there a Boston Tea Party or something?
Yeah, I think there were some pyrotechnics then, back in the day.
Yeah. What's up with that?
Yeah, you'd think that a part of that merchandising in that great event in the history of the United States may be fireworks.
Yeah, you got to lean into that.
Which was an Eastern invention. Eastern meaning the world.
They're intentionally walking Videric.
So Videric will get the intentional walk. Being a left-handed bat, that makes sense. So they choose to go lefty-righty and play that game here. So stepping up is the right-handed bat of Chris Stanfield, the center fielder. Today, he struck out 3 times and then singled in his last at-bat, a 1-for-4 afternoon.
I hate to break it to you, but they've intentionally walked Chris Stanfield too.
Okay, well, we skip over Stanfield, and now it's Adonis Guzman's turn. The bases are juiced with 1 away.
Arizona, number 7, Adonis.
I believe they did that to bring the infield back.
And you might as well get the force at any base at that point. So I understand the move, but now it's time to see if it pays off.
First pitch to Guzman. On the way. It's down low. So Isaiah Jackson starts on second. A pickle ensues, and somehow Jackson's safe at third. Then 2 intentional walks to bring the infield back so that it's forces at any base in hopes of a double play after a strikeout. So with 1 away, it's Adonis Guzman at the dish with a 1-0 count. Malstead kicks and delivers. It's swung on and popped up shallow right side, chasing over in foul territory. Putnam at the wall watches it fall out of reach. A strike for 1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 away. Isaiah Jackson on third. He's the winning run. Videric on second. Stanfield on first. At the dish, Guzman. Malstead has 1 out to his leisure. And the 1-1 deal. No, a pickoff over to third. And stepping over safely is the go-ahead guy, Jackson.
Can't remember the last time I saw a pickoff to third base.
Neither can I. But I like the call there. Now we reset. 1 ball and 1 strike. Malstead drops down and fires. Runs inside, 2-1. Got to get a strike over here.
And you got to be careful. Walking in a run or hit by a pitch, and that's it.
He sets. 2-1 offering. Swung on, soft tapper, back to the mound. Malstead has it, throws to home. It's in time there. They're going to hold it. A force out at home plate, and there's 2 away.
Terrific job there by Malstead. Cool, calm, collected. Exactly what you need in that moment. Didn't try to rush things and delivered a strong throw home to Cueto. And good on Cueto as well for eating that throw to first base. They may have had a chance to get him, but at that point, you don't risk it. You hold on to that ball.
So Videric represents the winning run with 2 away on third base.
From Coastal Carolina, number 21, Blake.
Bases remain juiced as they get the force out at home. A brilliant call by head coach Ryan Smythe to go set up that force instead of making it a tag play with the infield in. But now with 2 away, it's the lead runner, or batter that is, Blake Barthel. 2 away. Infield back and straight up. First pitch to the lefty out of CCU. And an off-speed drops in there. The Chanticleer watches strike 1. He is 1 for 4 today, a single and a walk to his credit. Malstead ready. Here's the 0-1. Off the dish, ball 1. Now every pitch counts. Can he navigate out of this final at-bat to secure a tie on the 4th of July? 1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Malstead ready. He sets at the belt. And the pitch. Swung on, there's a chopper to the right side. Charging Bozer. He cuts it off, throws to first. It's in time for out number 3. No runs score. And the Gatemen have fireworks fly to secure a tie on the 4th of July.
Wow. Nail biting there all the way to the very end. Started out in that inning with a runner on third and nobody out. Smythe decides to load the bags up, and that decision pays dividends. Malstead, terrific just to get out of that jam.
But just an uncharacteristic day from the bullpen, Ethan, that allowed a 4 spot in the bottom of the 8th for the Gatemen, allowing that tie. The Braves came right back into it.
Yeah, Patrick L.A. proved today that he's a one-inning guy. 1, 2, 3 in his first inning, and then that second frame just didn't have it. Had a couple walks, couple base hits, loaded the bags up. Unfortunately, that situation was not what Gavin Black needed when he came on and allowed a couple of base hits that allowed Bourne to get back in this thing. But the bullpen, at the end of the day, ended up bailing them out at the very end.
Now, this is all in juxtaposition to 3 home runs, a season high by the Gatemen in one game, all happening in the first 4 innings. So for a second, while the Gatemen led by as much as 4 on 2 different instances, you thought maybe they had this game in their back pocket.
Yeah, it was the feeling early on in this one, but it's just like what we saw yesterday, Kyle, in the Braves game at Spillane Field. This Bourne team has the tendency to get back into things. They're a difficult offense to put away. They chip away, and they'll have big innings at times, and that's what the Gatemen saw today.
Final time on the ball game after a 6:01 first pitch. This ball game gave us a 3.5-hour matchup at Doran Park on the 4th of July. Final score 8-8. It's the first tie of the year for the Gatemen as they move to 11-4-1, remain atop the West Division. They are no longer the holder of the best record in the Cape, as Yarmouth Dennis did win tonight, but they didn't lose, so we'll take that.
Yes, you have to walk away at least a little bit happy with today's result. Of course, you led early, but gotta flush it, move on to the next. It's Hyannis tomorrow. By the way, only 2 ties last year in 2023.
Yeah, so the first of hopefully none afterward, but the Gatemen do walk away with their first tie of the year. For our producers, Joseph Henry and Allison DeWitt, our sideline reporter, Madison Walker, and of course, your broadcast associate alongside me, the one and only Ethan Eibe. I'm Kyle Marchak saying so long from Doran Park, where the final score is 8-8. We'll catch you guys tomorrow, but make sure to stick around for the postgame show on the Gateman Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.